Okay, so some of you are definitely making mistakes here. In the bag matna. I'll just show the next question since many of you have finished. This is the next question. We'll discuss both together. I've got only one answer for this question. I'm waiting for more answers so we can discuss both these questions. Okay, okay. Second one better. All of you are answering more consistently. Okay, let's see what is the mistake in the first one. All right. So, first question. A quadratic polynomial whose zeros are -3 and 4. All right. You have to find out which quadratic polynomial had zeros of -3 and 4. So, there are two ways to answer this. First method would have been that you form the quadratic polynomial x square minus sum of zeros x plus product of zeros, right? So you're going to get x square minus sum over here would be 4 plus minus 3. 4 plus minus 3 is 1. So minus 1x plus product would be minus 12. So x square minus x minus 12. Okay. Now, when you are doing this, you will see over here in the options, none of the options are matching this. So you need to check which answer is possible. Remember what I said yesterday. Any product of this could be an answer. All right. Now, if you look at the options, over here, I am clearly multiplying x square with half. So I would take half of x square minus x minus 12. That will become x square by 2 minus x by 2 minus 6. Right? So this could be an answer over here. Following. In case I compare with this, I would multiply, I would choose k value as 2. So if I'm choosing k value as 2, see k value as 1 is definitely not working. It's not these two answers because it's not matching with this. It's definitely not A, definitely not B. You will get A or B only if you have made a sign mistake over here. All right. So over here, what we do is, since we are having x square by 2 minus x by 2 minus 6 over here, since we are having x square minus x minus 12, I will multiply with 2. So when I multiply with 2, what do I get? I'm going to get 2x square minus 2x minus 24. Again, this option is not possible. All right. So definitely answer is C. Any doubts here? Any doubt here? Another way you could have done this question was, you know that the sum is minus 1, you know that the product is minus 12. For each of the polynomials, for each of the options, you check where the sum is becoming minus 1 and where the product is minus 12. All right? Okay, I can see some doubts coming up. I will explain that. Let me just finish this, please. The second method. Sum is minus 1 and product is minus 12. If sum is minus 1, product is minus 12. Let's see where that is happening. Here, product is plus 12. This is not the answer because product is C by A. C by A is not becoming minus 12 here in the option A. In option B, product is becoming again 12. So this is also not the answer. In option C, what is the product becoming? C by A will be minus 6 divided by half. Division by half means multiplication by 2. Okay. So this is becoming minus 12. So this could be an answer. Here what is the product? Minus 24 by 2. Minus 24 by 2 will be minus 12. So answer could be C or D. You need to check the sum now. Where sum is minus 1. Sum is what? Minus of B by A. Correct? Sum is minus of B by A. So over here, what is minus of B? Minus of B will be minus of minus half divided by half, which is going to be equal to plus 1. Oh, there's a problem here. 1 second. No, we don't. I'm just discussing because some of them would have done. Yeah.
No, like x square minus x minus 12.
Yeah.
When we divide the whole equation by 2, it gives the answer x square by 2
Yes.
minus x by 2
Yes.
minus 6.
Yes. So k is half, exactly. K is half. You're dividing the whole thing by 2. Okay. So you have chosen k as half though there. The reason I'm discussing this way is so that I'm telling you a technique which works for any other question also. Okay. But if here in this particular case, I could choose k as anything means I can multiply the whole polynomial with anything. I can divide the whole polynomial with anything. So what you said is correct. All right. So just a moment. Let me just see what I did here. Minus b by a minus of minus half divided by half. Sum was plus 1. I wrote it wrong here. I'm sorry. Sum was plus 1, not minus 1. 4 plus minus 3 is plus 1. So you can see over here, I'm getting minus b by a is plus 1. So which means that option C should be correct. All right. So two ways of doing this. One is just following the formation of a polynomial. Second is you check each option. For each option, you check where sum is equal to 1, where product is equal to minus 12. Now, some of you were asking me, how did I understand that once I get x square minus x minus 12? Okay. So, we got the polynomial as x square minus x minus 12 by using formation of polynomial. After this, the question was, why did I multiply by half? Why did I multiply by 2? Because you can see that this option is not there anywhere. Option A, B, C, D is not any of these. Definitely A is not the answer. Definitely B is not the answer. Because both of them start with x square. Same as this. But the signs are not matching. Now, if you look at the next one, option C and option D. If you look at option C and option D, what is happening? In C, you can see that you can consider it as multiply by half or divide by 2. Multiplying by half is same as division by 2. The way you think, it depends on you. You want to divide by 2, you divide by 2. Multiplying by half or dividing by 2 is the same thing. So suppose I'm choosing k to be half, which means I'm dividing all values by 2. What happens? I get x square by 2 minus x by 2 minus 6. That is why this is the answer. Clear? I hope those of you who asked doubts, it's clear. Okay. So be careful with these type of questions. These can of course be asked as 2-mark questions also where you need to explain your steps. All right. Now this next question, whoever sent me the answer, you have got it correct. Many of you have not sent me the answer. So let me just quickly explain over here. See, this can be answered without writing much steps, this particular question. You know that the product is what? C by A. Here C itself, the letter C, the constant term is B. So B by A means the product must be B. Product's value must be B. And the sum's value must be what? The sum's value must be minus B by A. Minus B by A means it should be here minus B. B, the x coefficient, is A plus 1. Most of you, some of you who are not very strong with concepts, the mistake you will do is you will get confused between the formula A and B and the A and B given here in the question. Don't do that. Understand the meaning. In the formula, when we use A, B, and C, what does it mean? A means x square coefficient. B means x coefficient. C means constant term. Think of it like that. So the sum over here must be minus of x coefficient divided by x square coefficient, which is minus of A plus 1. Okay. This must be minus A plus 1. So what is the product? We know product of zeros is what? Zeros are already given. Product of zeros is supposed to be what? Minus 6. And sum of zeros is what? 2 plus minus 3. What is 2 plus minus 3? 2 plus minus 3 is minus 1. So from this we directly get B's value is minus 6. Option A and B eliminated. Then over here minus of A plus 1 is minus 1. That means A plus 1 should be plus 1. Or I will get A is equal to 0. Alright. So that's why the answer, as most of you answered correctly, is option D. Only thing is, I don't want you to lose too much time. Some of you might have taken too much time answering the question. You should know how to do this fast. Okay, that will happen only if you're clear with concepts. All right, do this fast. Okay, I think most students have joined now. So I'll be going a little quicker now. Okay, I will give you only 1 minute per question to solve. I'll be going faster. If you have any problems, any doubts, stop me. Saad, correct. Answer is right. Ryan, check. Annette, check. Fatima, right. Meda, right. Think logically here. Okay, instead of actually finding the zeros, if some of you are actually sitting and finding the zeros, that's the wrong way to do this question. You're not supposed to spend time finding the zeros over here. What you're supposed to do is use your logic over here. If I was splitting the middle term here, what you would have done? Product is positive, sum is positive. So if you were splitting the middle term, you would have got only positive, positive everywhere, right? There would be no negative, which means after splitting the middle term, you would have got this in this form, x plus alpha into x plus beta, right? Plus alpha plus beta form you would have got, because only positive, it's positive product, positive sum. Now, when you equate this to 0 and you're finding out the values of the zeros, what will happen? Both will become negative. So answer is both negative. That's it. This would take you only few seconds to solve if you understand the concept properly. Okay, I'm repeating. Here, product is positive, sum is also positive. In which case, when I'm splitting it into the middle term, it will come in this form, x plus some number, x plus some number. When I equate it to 0, both will become negative over here. All right, try this one now. I'm getting a mix of answers here again. Okay. All answers are between, mostly the answers are between option A and option B. The confusion. Okay, see what you would do here. In this case, when alpha and 1 by alpha is the zeros, what logic do you use? Product of zeros will be what value? 1. We discussed this yesterday in the end. Those of you stay till the end. When you are having zeros which are reciprocals of each other, product of zeros will become 1. So you will get alpha into 1 by alpha will be equal to 1, which means product of zeros is 1. What is product of zeros? C by A. 8k by 2 is 1, which means 4k is 1. Don't mark answer 4 in a hurry. Okay, because you're seeing 8 by 2 is equal to 4. That's what many of you are doing. What will happen is k's value will become 1 by 4. So the answer over here should be actually this 1 by 4 option. All right? Okay. All right. Next one. Anyone wants me to re-explain, you need to ask. Okay? Otherwise, I just want to cover more questions. What are the values of the zeros over here? Those of you who know how to split the middle term, you can do, but it's not necessary since it's an MCQ question. If you know how to split the middle term, no problem. Go ahead and do it. Okay? Because we practiced it yesterday also, so it's okay, no problem. What if you are still weak at splitting the middle term? If it comes as an MCQ question, the advantage is you can find the sum of zeros or you can find the product of zeros and compare it with the original question. But for that, you would have to check each and every option. If the option was A or B, it's good because first only you'll get the answer. But if the option is option D, then you need to check all the 4 options. Which one is matching over here, right? Or another thing maybe that you could do is you could go by signs and eliminate options. So we know the product is negative, right? If the product is negative, minus 2 root 3 by 4 root 3 means minus half is the product, correct? C by A. So if the product is negative, we know that both the zeros cannot be same sign. So you can eliminate these options. Answer should be one of these. Correct? Product is negative, so you cannot have both as negative numbers. Right? So you can eliminate options A and D. Then you need to select among the other one. So where is the product? Product should be what? Minus 2 root 3 by 4 root 3, which is minus half. You can check where you get product as minus half, but both the options product is minus half. So then what you would need to do? You need to check the sum. Sum is what? Minus b by a. Right? Minus b by a means minus 5 by 4 root 3. So you will have to add up both of these options. You will need to check where you are getting the sum as minus 5 by 4 root 3. If I check option B, you are getting over here minus 6, minus 2 into 4 is sorry, minus 8. I'm adding them plus 3 divided by 4 root 3. So the sum is minus 5 by 4 root 3. So option B is correct. So those of you are following that method, that you're not very good at splitting the middle term, you want to check with sum of zeros or product of zeros, use this method, no problem. If you are splitting the middle term, what should you do? The product over here is, you have to find two numbers whose product is 4 root 3 into minus 2 root 3, which is minus 8 into 3, 24. And the sum should be what? 5. Which two numbers have a product of minus 24 and a sum of 5? It will be it will be 8 and minus 3. So you will do 4 root 3 x square plus 8x minus 5x, minus 3x, I'm sorry. 8 minus 3 is 5 plus minus 2 root 3. Okay. Here you will take 4 common out, 4x common out. You will get root 3x plus 2. Here also root 3x plus 2 means you need minus root 3 here. Right? So 4x minus root 3, root 3x plus 2. Writing this step if it's an MCQ is not necessary. Right? Because you already would figure out. So x is equal to root 3 by 4 or x is equal to minus 2 by root 3. Same answer we get. Option B. Okay, so good. Those of you answered option B, good. There was a little confusion between B and C over here. All right, be careful. Okay, last question, which we'll do from polynomials. We'll move to that other chapters also quickly discussion. Okay, I want to cover trigonometry also, couple of questions today. A alpha cube plus beta cube value you should find. If alpha and beta are zeros of this polynomial, find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube. Which identity will you use to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube? Which identity would you use here? Anyone can answer. Which identity will you
Ma'am,
use?
is it the a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square?
That can be used, but one disadvantage of that is I will again have to substitute identity for what? A square plus b square, right?
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
are telling me we can use alpha cube plus beta cube is equal to alpha plus beta, a plus b, a square minus ab plus b square. From the polynomial, we will get the value of alpha plus beta and we'll get the value of alpha beta. Alpha plus beta will be 5 by 3. Alpha beta will be minus 2 by 3, right? All of you know what I'm doing already, right? Alpha plus beta is minus b by a, alpha beta is c by a. But the
Yes, ma'am.
disadvantage here is I will have to use another identity again, which is alpha square plus beta square. What identity will you use for alpha square plus beta square? What we discussed yesterday. Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. So you can do it, no problem. Only thing is it will become slightly longer. What is better? Better would be use alpha plus beta the whole cube identity. Alpha plus beta the whole cube is alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Do you remember this? You need to know your polynomial identities to be getting this confidently. Otherwise, you won't be able to answer. Alpha plus b, a plus b the whole cube is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. If it was minus, everywhere you would have minus. A minus b the whole cube will be a cube plus b cube minus 3ab into a minus b. So do you realize what's the advantage of using this? What's the advantage of using this? Directly I can substitute alpha plus beta and alpha beta everywhere, right? Okay. So you will get 5 by 3 the whole cube is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 into minus 2 by 3 into 5 by 3. So you can calculate that and you will get the answer. Alpha cube plus beta cube will be 5 cube by 3 cube minus, here I will get minus of minus will become plus 10 by 3. Okay? I'm sorry. Just a moment, I'll reshare that. I'm sorry everyone, let me just reshare that. Some issue came up there. Yes. Okay. So I was telling alpha cube plus beta cube would be then 5 cube by 3 cube plus 10 by 3. All right. So what I would do in order to make the denominator the same, I would need to multiply this by 9. Right. This 3 cube means 27. So this also by 9. 5 cube value is what? 125. So you'll do 125 plus 90 divided by 27, which is going to be equal to 215 by 27. So option A will be the answer. All right. You need to know these identities so that you can do these questions faster. This question you can answer fast. If 1 0 of x square minus 4x plus 1 is 2 plus root 3, what will the other 0 be? It's a very question you can answer very quickly. If 1 0 is 2 plus root 3, what will be the other 0? Other 0 will be 2 minus root 3. Okay. You don't have to do any calculations here. Please remember, if you are having questions where A, B, C values all are rational numbers, that is important. If A, B, C values all are rational numbers, if you get 1 0 as A plus root B, another 0 will be A minus root B. Okay. Zeros for polynomials where ABC are rational numbers will always occur in conjugate pairs. So this is a question you can answer fast if you know this logic. All right?
It's 2 minus root 3.
Sorry?
2 minus
2 minus root 3. The irrational number part will become negative. If the irrational number was negative, that will become positive. All right? Okay. We'll go to other chapter questions now. This. I've skipped question 1 because that is a direct question. Okay, just how many solutions finding out from the equation. It is direct, so I skipped that. Try this. Let me see what everyone's answering. So far, I've got only one correct answer from Krish. Okay, let's discuss. Okay, good, I picked this question. Most of you have given the answer D, no solution. Okay, that is not right. You're having over here, one of you I think gave me the answer option B. Option B is definitely not possible because we have already learned only three conditions for linear equations. What are the three conditions? One solution, infinitely many solutions, or no solution. You definitely cannot have two solutions. Okay? Now, first of all, you need to know the graphs of this. Then it becomes very easy to understand. Y equals 0 is which line? How do you draw the line y equals 0? Y equals 0 is the x-axis, right? So y equals 0 will look like what? Y equals 0 will be a line like this. Okay, this will be y is equal to 0. Okay? Yeah, when I told this, correct answers are coming. Alright. So, y equals 0 is the x-axis. And x equals minus 7. How will the line x equals minus 7 be? This is a line y is equal to 0. How will the line x equals minus 7 be? It's a vertical line. X equals any number is a vertical line. So if this was the y-axis, x equals minus 7 will be somewhere here. This will be x is equal to minus 7. Correct? That will be x equals minus 7. Now you tell me, how many solutions are there? What type of lines are these? What type of lines are y equals 0 and x equals minus 7? Intersecting lines. X, y equals 0 and x equals minus 7 are intersecting lines. If they are intersecting lines, yes, everyone's correct now. One solution. Alright, it will be option A, one solution. Please remember this. And what is that one solution? One solution is very easy. X value is minus 7, y value is 0. So minus 7 comma 0 is the solution. Okay. So the answer over here would be one solution. Please remember that. Any doubts here? No. Okay. This one? One equation of a pair of dependent linear equations is 2x plus 5y equals 3. The second equation will be, do you remember which equations we call dependent? That is consistent. Anything other than parallel is consistent. Which one do we call dependent? We call coincident lines dependent. So that is the only tough part in this question. Once you understand that dependent means coincident, I think all of you can find the answer easily. Give me the answer in the options, in the chat, sorry. Yes, it's option D. Okay, everyone's getting it correct. So all you have to do is multiply the given equation by 5. So when you multiply by 5, 2x into 5, 10x, 5x into 5, 25, and then 3 into 5, 15. Okay, option D it will be over here. So just remember that point. Dependent means coincident. All right. Consistent means either a unique solution, one solution, or infinitely many solutions. All right. This one, I'll have to zoom here. Which pair of equations is represented by the graph given? Okay. So which pair of equations is represented by the graph given? What is the easiest way of answering this? Easiest way of answering this would be for both of them. Okay. What do we know? We have the x point where it intersects the x-axis, right? We also have the point where it intersects the y-axis. So just find approximate. You substitute values and find out over here. All right. You substitute values and find out which pair of equations is represented. And also we know that what these lines are parallel lines. So that also you can check which one satisfies condition for parallelism. All right. So when you see which one satisfies condition for parallelism, over here, if you see this option, if you see option B, you will see 6 by 2 is equal to 3. Minus 3 divided by minus 1 is equal to 3. 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. All of them are 3, 3, 3, which means what type of lines are there? Option B. Option B will be coincident lines. Option B will be coincident lines. 6 by 2, 3. Minus 3 by minus 1, 3. 12 by 4 also 3. So this cannot be the answer. So definitely both of the above cannot be the answer. Option B is not the answer means option C is also not the answer. If you look at option A, 6 by 2, 3. Minus 3 by minus 1, 3. 10 by 9 is not 3. So these are parallel lines. Okay, they are parallel lines. But how can we be sure that that is only the equation over here which is asked? They are parallel lines, fine. But how can we be sure that this is only the equation of the graph? For that, what you do, substitute some value. For example, you put y is equal to 0. Okay. For example, you put y equals 0 in both the lines. Alright. If I put y equals 0 here, I will get 6x is equal to minus 10. X equals minus 10 by 6. Minus 10 by 6 is approximately what value? It will be approximately what? Minus 1.7. Something like that, no? Yeah. So minus approximately that much, right? And you can see this is almost intersecting there. So equation 1. Okay. If you see the next line, if I put x is equal to 0, not x equals 0, that is y equals 0. If I put y is equal to 0, I will get 2x is equal to minus 9, x is equal to minus 9 by 2, which is minus 4.5. That is also matching, minus 4.5, right? So yes, we can be sure the answer is not option D, none of these. Answer is option A only. Understanding everyone? Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Right? Yes, condition for inconsistency. Which is the condition for inconsistency? 3x plus 2ky equals to 2x plus 5y plus 1 equals 0. Parallel lines, no solutions. Correct. Inconsistent means no solutions. So what's the answer here? So here you need to remember, for sure, if they're parallel, 100% A1 by A2 must be equal to B1 by B2. Okay. So 3 by, over here if you see, 3 by 2 must be equal to 2k by 5. Whatever value you get here should not be equal to what? 2 by minus 1. Because see here 2 is on the right side. Plus 1 is on the left side. So if I move this over here, I will get 2 by minus 1. But for this question, this condition did not matter. Because you're having values given here everywhere. Now when you solve this, you will get what? K is equal to 3 into 5. 15 divided by 2 into 2, 4. So answer is option C. If there was an option none of these, then you should be very careful. Why? Because then you should check whether the value is becoming 2 by minus 1 or not. Okay. Here, when I'm substituting, suppose I substitute k back, I know 3 by 2 is already not equal to 2 by minus 1. Substitute over here. 2 into 15 by 4 divided by 5. Okay. So I'm going to get over here 2 into 15 by 4 into 5. This is going to become 6 by 4, which is 3 by 2. Same as this. It is not becoming equal to 2 by minus 1. If it was becoming, after you find the value of k, if it was becoming equal to 2 by minus 1, what you should have answered? None of these if none of these option was there. Because that means never it can be inconsistent. Understood? Okay. This type of questions will stop over here. I'll open another set of questions now. Okay, try this one, please. If you get linear equation solving question as an MCQ question, what is the easiest thing for you to do to answer?
Substitute the values.
Substitute the options. And first, you think logically which answers are possible over here. Okay? See? Okay, so if I'm substituting x equals 0, y equals 0, 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. Here I will get 0 plus 0 is equal to 0, right? Any other options which you felt? What about x equals 1 and y equals 1?
Yes, ma'am.
When you're putting x equal to 1 or y is equal to 1, what about that choice?
Mm,
See, substitution is, yes, it is the recommended method, correct. When you're substituting options, the recommended method is, for linear equation questions, recommended method is substitute options, okay, instead of fully solving. But here, some of you in a haste may think the answer is option C. But option A also satisfies, because when I substitute x equals 1, y equals 1, 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 plus 7 is 15. Which is the correct answer here? Option A or option C? Both of them, there's no option, both of them. Only one of them is the correct answer, and I'll explain the reason why. Okay? See, when you're having 7x minus 2y equals 5xy, all right, and 8x plus 7y equals 15xy. Okay, suppose I multiply this with, what if I'm multiplying this with 7, and if I multiply this with 2? You don't have to do all these steps, okay, when this comes as a 1 mark question. I'm just trying to make a point clear why the answer is A and why the answer is not C. So what happens over here is you're going to get 49x minus 14y is 35xy. 16x plus 14y is equal to 30xy. This cancels. When you're adding, what happens over here? You're going to get 65x is equal to 65xy. Okay? What do you do in the next step to find the answer? What do you do in the next step to find the answer?
65x on both sides get cancelled.
65x on both sides cancel. What does cancellation actually mean? What does
You divide.
cancellation actually mean? You're dividing both sides by 65x. Cancellation actually means you're dividing both sides by 65x. By which value are you not allowed to divide any equation? 0. Division by 0 is not possible in maths. So if I'm dividing both sides by 65x, that means x is not equal to 0. So can this be the answer? No. That means over here, y is equal to 1 is the answer. Because I'm able to cancel, because x must not be 0. So when you're substituting, just be careful about this particular thing. Substitution is the easier method. Now don't be scared now to substitute. You're thinking that, oh, the answer I'm not getting. When I'm solving, I'm getting the answer. Just keep this logic in mind, okay? If you're getting the same type of question. If they want to make it tricky, they may do it like this, the options. So zeros cannot be the answer over here, because division by 0 is not permissible. Every time we are not going to divide by 0. Some questions may have 0 as the answer, origin as the answer. But this one cannot have origin as the answer. Reason is because there is xy coming on both sides. There is a step which involves dividing by x, or there is a step which involves dividing by y. So answer should be option A over here. Okay? Following everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay. This one, the special case elimination. Find the answer quickly. 217x plus 131y equals 913. 131x plus 217y equals 827. Find value of x minus y. To do this as fast as possible, what is the step you should follow? What should we do? This is equation 1. This is equation 2. To do this as fast as possible, what's the step we should do?
Subtract 1 and 2.
Yes, you just subtract. Don't solve for x and y completely. Not necessary. Okay, you don't have to solve for x and y fully over here. All you have to do is subtract both the equations. That's all. So remember the point which was discussed yesterday. To find out value of x minus y, subtract. To find the value of x plus y, add. Okay. So when you're subtracting over here, 217 minus 131 you should do. So that will become 217 minus 131 will become 86. So you'll get 86x plus 131 minus 217. That will become minus 86y. Minus 86y is equal to 913 minus 827, which is again, no, sorry, one moment. Let me check that. Correct only, no? Yeah. 913 minus 827 will become 86 again. So easily you're getting x minus y should be equal to 1. I think there were a couple of careless mistakes here. Just check, please. X minus y must be equal to 1 over here. Following, everybody? So it's a question which seems like a tough question, very hard to do, will take a long time, but it's simple over here. You just have to do addition, subtraction over there correctly. All right? Okay, last question that we are going to do from linear equations. We'll move to another chapter then. Okay? Some of you who have been practicing past sample papers will recognize this question. This is a past sample paper question. Only thing is the options are changed a little bit here. The past sample paper question was asking about number of solutions. For these two set of equations, how many number of solutions? That was the options which was given. Okay. But here they're asking you to actually find out whether there's a solution and solve. Are you substituting and checking? Yeah, D would be correct. Okay. I'll just do. So again, one possible way it would be to substitute options. All right. You find out the value. That is one particular. Since it's an MCQ. Because it's an MCQ, you have that advantage. You can just calculate the value of x plus y everywhere. Calculate the value of x minus y. And then substitute and check which one satisfies. We know 3 to the power 4 is 81. So x plus y must become 4. Answer cannot be option B. Okay, because the sum is 5. It could be C or D because sum is 4. X minus y must be equal to 3. In option C, 2 minus 2 is not equal to 3. So you can check, 81 raised to what is 3? I made a mistake there. X minus y must be 1 by 4. Right? X minus y must be 1 by 4 because 4th root of 81 is 3. So you could check x minus y value and see whether it's becoming 1 by 4. It will become 1 by 4 value in option D. So those of you who are good at such kind of calculations, you would have understood because we are doing by the options. How do you actually solve it if you're not following all these ways I'm telling you? See, we are having 3 to the power x plus y equals 81. 81 is 3 to the power 4. So when you compare powers, you get x plus y is 4. Then here you are getting 3 to the power 4 whole thing raised to x minus y is equal to 3 to the power 1. This means 4 into x minus y is equal to 1. Do you remember the rules, exponents rules? A to the power whole raised to n is a to the power mn. So you're multiplying the powers there. You're getting 4 into x minus y is equal to 1, which means x minus y is equal to 1 by 4. Now, if the question was about number of solutions, this is a type of equation where a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, right? If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, what does that mean? If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1, a unique solution you have. All right, only one single solution. And unique solution means that you can cancel off what? You can, unique, it will have one number of solution. Now here, how to solve it? You add both. You get 2x is equal to 4 plus 1 by 4. All right, when you're adding both. And you will get 4 into 4, 8. 8 plus 1 by 4 will become 9 by 4. Right? 16 plus 1, what am I doing? 16 plus 1, not 8. 16 plus 1 will be 17, 17 by 4. So x is equal to 17 by 8, which is same as 2, 1 by 8. So if you look at the options, no need to calculate the value of y. Definitely the answer should be option D. Okay? So those of you answered D, good. Alright? Okay. Now we'll stop with linear equations. Let me go to another chapter discussion. We'll just do some questions from coordinate geometry. Then I'm going to go new chapters. Okay. I'm doing new chapters after that. I'm not doing quadratic equations because it's very related to this. AP also, I'm expecting long answer questions to come more than MCQ questions if you're looking at AP chapter. So I'm not discussing AP. We discussed the concepts yesterday. We'll do coordinate geometry, few questions like this, and then we go to the new concepts of the chapters which we did not discuss yesterday. Okay. All right. One moment. Distance. Good. So don't get worried when you see such type of question. Okay. All you're doing over here is you're finding out where you're getting this. You just need to find the distance and multiply it by the scale. That's all. Okay. That's all to this question. So when you're finding out the distance, you will be doing root of minus 4 and 2. Well, the difference over here would be 6. So root of 6 square plus 8 square. I already told you, if you remember the Pythagorean triplets, it becomes very easy. 6, 8 and 10 is a Pythagorean triplet. So root of 6 square plus 8 square must be 10. And if you multiply 10 With 50, you get the answer, which is 500 meters. That's all. Okay? All right. Next question. Again, I want to see how fast you're doing the question. Okay, it's a 1 mark question, so I don't want you to solve in a very long way. I want to see how fast you're doing it. Okay, Anushri, good. Okay, I'll discuss what is the short way to do this. Okay, if you're taking longer time, that means you're doing the long way. You're squaring both sides, removing the square root symbol, solving an equation. That's what most of you are doing. Okay, the shorter way over here. Find x if distance between this is 10. That means root of x minus 1 the whole square plus 7 minus 15 the whole square is 10. This means root of x minus 1 the whole square. 7 minus 15 whole square is same as minus 8 square or plus 8 square. That is 10. Now again, this is Pythagorean triplet which is coming. See, this works. What method I'm discussing now works when you have a Pythagorean triplet. Otherwise, the method which I'm telling will not work. You will have to do the long method, which most of you might be doing. Okay. Here, I know that this value is 10. I am having 8 here. So, what should be the value of x minus 1? X minus 1 should be plus or minus 6. Because plus 6 square and minus 6 square, both will give you 36. You're understanding? It's not like these are sides of triangles, no? If it's sides of triangles, I take it only as positive values. But here, these are coordinates. So, whether I take plus or minus 6, both will be valid for the Pythagorean triplet over here. Both plus minus 6 because I'm squaring the value. When I square the value, both square value will become plus 36. So, I'm going to get here x minus 1 is 6 or x minus 1 is minus 6. X minus 1 is 6 means x is equal to 7. X minus 1 is minus 6 means x is equal to minus 5. So the answer should be option B. Sometimes it is possible that you miss out the value of minus 6. You might only take 6. And you will see the option 7 in the answers and you might quickly mark option 7. Option A, which is 7. That time just pause and think. Have a look at the other options. Think, why have they given you one more option where there is 7? There's one more option where they have given 7 and minus 5. So think whether you have missed something. Is it possible to get minus 5? That time you will get that answer. Following this, everyone? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Like I told you, this works when they are Pythagorean triplets. You can do it fast. Otherwise, if you're not able to figure out, most of you might have been trying to square both the sides and do it. That's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. I'm just showing you a method where you can do it shorter. Okay? All right. This one. For this question, I will discuss the long method as well as the short method. I'm discussing the long method because I want to review the concept. But there's a shorter thing also which you can apply. I've not got any answers in chat, so I'm assuming everybody is doing the long way. Okay, let me explain the concept here. Those who are doing, you can continue with calculations unless you hear something new which I'm mentioning. Okay, so point P x comma y is equidistant from 2 points. There are 2 points, 7 comma 1 and another point 3 comma 5. You are having a point which is equal distance from both of them. Which will be that point? Okay. Like how do you find that point? What concept? Midpoint? Is the midpoint the only point which is equidistant from 2 points? I'm discussing the long method first. Huh? Okay. So is the midpoint the only point which is equidistant from 2 points? Which all points are equidistant from 2 points? So this is a common mistake. If this came as a long answer question and if you use midpoint formula, you would be marked wrong fully. So suppose options were not there. This was a 2 mark or 3 mark question. If you answer this question using midpoint formula, you will be marked wrong because midpoint is not the only point at equal distance from 2 points. Okay, I've got some answers in chat. Yeah.
Different distance like
Yeah, isosceles triangle. So if I'm any point on the perpendicular bisector, any point on the perpendicular bisector between these two lines, okay? I'm repeating, if I have any point on the perpendicular bisector between these two lines. So let us say I'm selecting any point over here. Doesn't matter which point. It could be the midpoint also. All these points will be at equal distance. All these points, see, they will be at the same distance from these 2 points. So when they ask you find relationship between x and y, if they wanted to complicate the question, they could have also asked you find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So that time don't get shocked. What is this? Find equation of perpendicular bisector. That just means find out the relation between x and y for all the points which are the same distance from these 2 points. So which concept should you use to answer this question? Midpoint formula or distance formula? You should use distance formula. And how will you use distance formula? You will say that if this is the point P, you're having point Q, you're having point R. We know PQ must be equal to PR. That also means that PQ square must be equal to PR square. Just to remove the square root symbol on both sides. So what will I get? I will get x minus 7 the whole square plus y minus 1 the whole square must be equal to x minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 5 the whole square. Following? This is what I will be doing. X minus 7 the whole square, y minus 1 the whole square is equal to x minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 5 the whole square. Now, if this is the case, how do you solve? Now, the long way would be you expand fully a minus b the whole square formula, x square minus 14x plus 49, y square minus 2y plus 1. You fully expand, cancel all the terms which are equal on both sides, x square, y square. You will finally get the equation. That is the long way. Okay, method all of you are understanding. You should practice this type of question. Okay, it's there in the textbook also. This is the long way of doing it. But considering that this is a 1 mark question, considering that you're having options over here, and since the method doesn't matter over here, I will approve use of midpoint formula for 1 mark question. Why is it approved? Because I know midpoint is one of the points which should be at the same distance from Q and R. So we'll find the midpoint. When you're finding the midpoint, what do? 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 divided by 2, 5. 1 plus 5, 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. So whatever relationship is there between x and y, okay, it should satisfy, this point should satisfy it. I'm repeating, only for 1 mark question, to save time on solving this question, you can take a specific point which is equidistant, which is the midpoint. That's the easiest point to find. Find the midpoint, then check which equation it satisfies. So x plus y equals 2. Is 5 plus 3 equal to 2? No, 5 plus 3 is not equal to 2. So this is not the answer. Alright? Y equals x minus 2. 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. Is it correct? Yes, 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. So it satisfies the next one. But don't stop there. Don't stop there, because we are just considering one point, no? It is not all the points. To be on the safe side, what you should do? Continue checking options. X equals y minus 2. 5 is equal to 3 minus 2? No, not correct. X plus y is equal to minus 2. 5 plus 3 is equal to minus 2? No. Okay, so that means good. This method was fine. It worked over here. Answer will be option B.
If you're taking like the distance formula for like other points, will it also satisfy this?
We will get the same thing. We'll get the same equation only. Y equals x minus. Because see, 5 comma 3 is not the only point, no? On y equals x minus 2. It's a straight line. So many points are there. All those points will be equidistant from these 2 points. Understanding? But what you can do over here is, if I'm solving, if I'm opening the brackets and doing it, and I'm simplifying, I will get the same equation. Y equals x minus 2 only. Or x minus y is equal to 2. Some other variation of it. Same thing you will get. Okay? Understanding everybody this concept? Okay. This is a similar question. Okay. I'll just discuss. I'm not giving you time to solve. Please listen. What point on x-axis is equidistant from the point 7, 6 and minus 3, 4? What is the concept here? How will I take the point as? It's a point on the x-axis. So how will the point look like? Any point on the x-axis is what type?
X comma 0.
X comma 0, right? Any point on the x-axis will be x comma 0. So since they're asking what point on the x-axis, since it's a 1 mark question, first I will eliminate options. Which options can I eliminate? The point is on the x-axis, so which points can I eliminate?
A and D.
A and D we can eliminate. Cancel that. That is definitely not the answer because it's not on the x-axis. Okay, B and C. Over here, what is the easiest point to check? Check the midpoint. What is the midpoint? So 7 plus minus 3. 7 plus minus 3 is what? 7 plus minus 3 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that option we don't have, which means midpoint is not considered over here, right? So over here, if you see this one also, the reason is because this midpoint is not lying on the x-axis. That's the reason. Because 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. That is not on the x-axis. X-axis y coordinate should be 0, no? So here, now you need to resort to you don't have a choice. Or what you could do is, you can draw a rough figure also. So these are all techniques I'm giving you to make a fast guess for a 1 mark question. You can draw a rough figure, okay? So when you draw a rough sketch, I am having the point 7 comma 6. Okay, 7 comma 6. Let this be 7 comma 6. Minus 3 4. Minus 3 4 will be here somewhere. Minus 3 4 will be here. Now let us see these points. Minus 4 0. Where is minus 4 0? Minus 4 0 will be here. Right? And where is, oh, I'm sorry, I marked that wrong. Minus 4 0 will be here. Correct? And where is 3 0? 3 0 is here. Tell me what should be the answer. 3 0 or 4 minus 4 0? 3 0, no? This cannot be equidistant. This is not equal distance. Of course, the answer should be what? The answer should be 3 0 because yes, this looks equal distance. So you can mark the answer as 3 0. Are you understanding how you answer if it's a 1 mark question? If it's a 1 mark question, look for ways to save time. You eliminate options and then only 2 are left, which you can quickly sketch and check which is equidistant. If it's not a 1 mark question, if it's a long answer question, then what will you do? Then you have to use a distance. Same thing which we did last time. You have to consider one of the points as x comma 0. So this is P. Okay, this is the point A and B. So if it was not a 1 mark question, what you should do is you should take PA square is equal to PB square. PA square equal to PB square, which means x minus 7 the whole square plus 0 minus 6 the whole square, right? Which is same as 6 square is equal to x minus minus 3. X plus 3 the whole square plus 0 minus 4 minus 4 square. All of you are following this? I've skipped few steps over here. Understand the logic here. Okay? Now what you do? You expand and solve. Then you will get the value of x over here. Okay? Do you want to try it out now? Or is it understood? Do you want to try out? Understood, no? Okay, sure? All right. Anyone wants more practice with distance formula? Let me know. I don't mind. You can take time and do it now. Okay? Or what you do is, since I've explained the logic, keep a copy of the question and try it out on your own then. Alright? Okay. Here also, I'm not going to solve this because it's a distance formula logic. Okay. Since it's a 1 mark question, what would be one very easy way to answer this question? If it's an MCQ, look at this, read this question please. What would be the easy way to do this question, considering it's an MCQ? Okay, nobody's answering that. Okay. See, all options are parallelograms, no? Square is a parallelogram. Rectangle is a parallelogram. Option C is parallelogram. Option D is rhombus. So we know it should be a parallelogram. So is there any use for checking that? Midpoint of diagonals. Midpoint of diagonals, if you find it's the same, it will tell you it's a parallelogram. All the options are parallelograms. Right? So there's no use of that. Yes, somebody was going to tell something. Tell me.
Rhombus.
Rhombus, how did you get it? What method did you follow? What method did you follow?
Diagram.
Diagram. 1 mark question, easiest thing you can do. Draw a sketch. Anybody is taking your steps? No marks for steps. Only mark for final option and answer. Right? So easiest thing to do here is draw a diagram. But for that, please, don't draw like very rough sketch. Little bit accurate you try to make it. Otherwise, you won't be able to make out the shape properly. Right? So over here, if you're drawing the diagram over here, I'm getting -1, -2. So -1, -2. Okay. Then 4, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. So this is A. This is B. 2, 5. 2 and then 5. Okay. This is C. And then I'm getting D. -3, 0. -3, 0 means 1, 2, 3 over here. Correct? Did I make any mistake? This was D. Okay. Where did I mark A? Achha, A is here. Sorry. Okay. AD. This is AD. It is more like a rectangle when I draw the figure. Alright. It's a rectangle. All angles are coming to 90 degrees. So if you're using diagram method, please try doing it a little accurately. You won't use your graph paper. You will be doing it on your paper only. You can't waste too much time also. You can't use scale and mark and all that. It will take too much time. But little bit accuracy should be there. Like the distance and all. No, the scale should be a little proper. Then only you will get the answer. So I'm getting rectangle over here. But in case, okay, in case you are marking it as, in case you're doing this with long way, what is the method you will do? You will use distance formula. Okay. If all sides are equal, it could be a square or a rhombus. Right? If all sides are equal, it could be a square or rhombus. If only opposite sides are equal, it will be a rectangle. It will be a rectangle or parallelogram. Correct? How do you check once if you get only opposite sides are equal? How do you identify whether it's a rectangle or a parallelogram? If the length of diagonals are equal, if length of diagonals are equal, it's a rectangle. If length of diagonals are not equal, it's a parallelogram. And yeah, square and rhombus. If suppose you got all sides equal, all sides are equal, how do you check whether it's a square or a rhombus? If the length of diagonals are equal, it is a square. If the length of diagonals are not equal, it is a rhombus. All of you understanding this? That is a long way of
Yes,
doing it.
ma'am.
And it will become much longer than drawing the figure for a 1 mark question. Okay, but if it comes as a long answer question, of course you need to do it this way. All right? If they just ask you verify whether it's a parallelogram, they're just asking verify whether it's a parallelogram, don't use distance formula at all. You just use midpoint formula. Using midpoint formula, you check whether the midpoint of the diagonals is the same or not. If the midpoint is the same of the diagonals, it's a parallelogram. If the midpoint of the diagonals is not the same, not a parallelogram. But if they ask you check what type of parallelogram it is, then you need to find the length of sides. And if length of opposite sides are equal, length of diagonals should be equal, then rectangle. If all sides equal, diagonals equal, square. Diagonals not equal, rhombus. Keep these points in mind, okay? Alright? Okay, so we will stop with this distance formula applications. We'll do few section formula. I'm starting trigonometry next, okay? So please stay. Those who are very good with the formula already, section formula, you're already very good. Don't do it directly using section formula. Think of a shorter way to do it. Some of you who need practice on section formula, it's okay, I don't mind. You need practice anyway. So you just try doing it with section formula, no problem, if you need the practice. But if those of you are already good with this direct formula usage, think of the shorter way to solve. See, by the way, diagram method is shorter for me personally. That is because I am fairly good at drawing sketches. It is not necessary just because I am telling it is shorter that some of you may find it shorter. So you need to realize when you're practicing right now, you will understand whether it is becoming shorter for you or not. Some of you might be very strong with the formula. Your calculation speed might be very high. So you might find that easier for yourself. So you decide please, okay, what method suits you better.
Right now, when I did it, section formula went faster than section formula is actually faster.
For you, section formulas faster? No problem. That's what I'm telling you. You decide depending on your, just because I am telling like, no, it's not compulsory. But if diagram was already given, for example, like a case study question, then maybe it might be faster just to look at the diagram and answer. Okay, in case it was a case study type question. Okay. Those of you who use the section formula, can you please give me your answer so that others can also cross check? Those of you who use section formula and got the answer, can you give me the point?
9 comma minus 15.
9 comma minus 15. This is one answer I've got. Others can please cross check. Those who have used the section formula. Those who want to check how to do it by diagram. All right. So I am having 8 minus 9. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 minus 9. Okay. And I'm having 2, 3. So 1, 2 and then 1, 2, 3. This is 2, 3. All right. I'll join this. I need to see the point which divides this in the ratio 1:2. 1:2 means total number of parts is 3. Alright? 1:2 means total parts. Divisions are 3. Okay? So I will divide this line segment into 3 roughly. So I'll divide roughly into 3. So roughly into 3 when I'm dividing it comes something like this. Okay? So 8 minus 9 is here. This is the first point. And this is the second point. So divide in the ratio 1:2 means here 1 and here 2. So 1:2 means what? Which quadrant is it in? It is in the fourth quadrant. Okay? And those of you who got this answer, yes, it is in the fourth quadrant. I explained the figure way now. So now you will understand. So some of you, maybe few of you in the class might have found this to be easier, what I explained. So you can use this. But if you feel, no, I might make mistake if I do this, no problem. Because it's a direct question. It's not like very time consuming like the previous one. The distance formula one would have been very time consuming. Long it would have taken. But here it's okay. Section formula you can use fast and you can find out. Okay. Oh, there is another answer I've got in chat. 6 minus 5. Can somebody else verify?
Yes, ma'am, even I got 6 comma minus 5.
You got 6 comma minus 5. It cannot be either one. Why are you telling me it can be either one, Shiv?
And like, I didn't mean like either one. Like the way I multiply the each like margin and exponent it was different.
You have to stick to the order correctly. You cannot say either one. There'll be only one answer when you do section formula. Whatever point they mention first, in the question, that will always be x1, y1. You cannot interchange it. And the second point will always be x2, y2. It will always be x2, y2. And this first number here will always be m1. And the second number here will always be m2, which means two possible answers are not there. No, you were telling me it can be either one. You're telling me it can be either 9 minus 15 or 6 minus 5. How is that possible? That's not possible. That's what I'm trying to tell. There is a fixed order you take. You cannot get two possible answers. It will be only one answer. It cannot be either this or that.
Can I try the answer for that question?
You want me to show you using section formula? Okay. There's a doubt here, guys, and I just want to make this point clear. When you're using section formula, stick to the order which is mentioned. So when you're doing this, you will do m1 x2, which is 1 into 2 plus m2 x1, 2 into 8 divided by m1 plus m2, 3. So you're going to get 2 plus 16 divided by 3, which is 18 by 3 or 6. That will be the x coordinate.
I did by 2 instead of 3.
Okay. All right. 6 minus 5 was the correct answer then. Okay. Not this. But anyway, it was fourth quadrant there, luckily. Okay. This is question where you have to find the ratio in which line segment joining this divides. Okay. My question over here is, when I want to find the ratio, okay, what formula are we using? When we want to find the ratio, what formula are we using? Section formula. Which variation of the section formula are you using when you are finding the ratio? K is to 1. And here, which coordinates formula will I use? X coordinates formula or Y coordinates formula? Will I use X coordinates formula or Y coordinates formula? You will use Y coordinates formula because the Y coordinate is given to you. You know the Y coordinate of the point which is dividing, right? You know that the Y coordinate over here is 7. Please read the question. I think some of you, I'm going a little fast. Some of you have not read the question yet. Read this. In what ratio does the point a comma 7 divide this line segment? So already the point of division, one coordinate is given and you need to find the ratio. So use the coordinate which is given. So use the y formula, which means you will use m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2 is 7. That you will use to find the ratio. Okay. So here what will you get? M1 means you will get M1 over here we are taking as K. We are taking it as K is to 1, no? So you will get K by 2, which means K into, the second point is this, K into 2 plus 1 into 9 divided by K plus 1 is equal to 7. 2K plus 9 is 7K plus 1. 5K is equal to 8. K is equal to 8 by 5. Let me just check my answer. One moment. K into 2 plus 1 into 9. I think I made a mistake. Let me check. By K plus 1. 7K plus 11. See, I did not multiply. Careless mistake. 7 into K plus 1. I was supposed to multiply 7 with the full thing. Okay. So I got 5K is equal to 2. Which means the ratio was 2 is to 5. Alright. There is only one option with 2 is to 5. Most likely this is the answer. But you need to verify. How do you verify? When you are substituting for the x coordinate, A's value is given as 6, no? You must get A value as 6 then. So what I will do, K into x2. I will substitute x2 now. 1 second. Okay, so when I'm finding the value of A, what I will do is, K, this value I already got as 2 is to 5. So that means 2 into x value here is what? X1. 2 into 1 plus 5 into 8 divided by 2 plus 1 must 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is equal to how much? It is equal to 2 plus 40 divided by 7. 42 by 7, which is 6. So it is matching with this. That's why I'll mark this as the answer. In case I did not have none of these options, I would not have bothered checking A value. Once I got the ratio, I would mark that as the answer. But because there is a none of these options, I'm just trying to be sure of my answer. So I'm checking what the A value is. Okay? All right?
Yes, ma'am.
AB is diameter of a circle with center C. If A is 3 minus 7, find the coordinates of point B. Again, speed is what I'm looking at here. You can all try this. It's not difficult. It's easy to score question. Okay, start getting answers. You getting the same? Please read question carefully. That's why I wanted to just spend some time on this, because even though it's easy, it's a question where many of you might still make careless mistakes. All right. So what type of careless mistakes are likely over here? See, the thing is that when you are having this, those of you who usually make mistakes with this, I recommend drawing a figure. All right, quickly. It won't take much time. So you're having AB, which is the diameter. C, the center, is given as minus 2, 5. A is 3 minus 7. You need to find the coordinates of this point. So when you are using midpoint formula, please do not find the midpoint of these 2 points by mistake. Read the question carefully. You're not finding the midpoint of the given points. You will find midpoint of the given points if you are finding the center. You're not finding the center. You're finding another endpoint. So suppose this endpoint was x comma y. What we know is x plus 3 divided by 2 will be what? This minus 2. Right? So what will x be? X will be minus 4 minus 3, which is minus 7 when you calculate. And y minus 7 divided by 2. This minus 7 divided by 2 will be 5. So y will be equal to 10 plus 7, which is 17. Okay? So just be careful about these things when you're answering this question. Whether you're actually finding the midpoint or whether midpoint is already given. Accordingly, you'll have to place the points properly in the formula. Okay? Centroid of triangle formed.
Ma'am, is it B?
B, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So here again centroid formula. We know 7 plus q plus 9 by 3 is 6. So q will be 6 into 3, 18 minus 9 plus 7. 9 plus 7 is 16. So q is 2. Okay. And we know that p minus 6 plus 10 divided by 3 is 3. So p will be 3 into 3, 9. 10 minus 6 is plus 4. When it goes to the other side, 9 minus 4, which is 5. So p plus q will become 5 plus 2, which is 7. Okay. Centroid formula you use, everyone. Hope you remember x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Okay. Again, few careless errors. Be careful. Last question I'm solving from coordinate geometry. Important question. I discussed the concept yesterday. We have touched upon it today as well. Again, those who forget concept totally, you can draw the figure roughly and try to find out the answer. Okay? But it's also a common question as a 2-mark, 3-mark question. So it's better that you know the concept, how to do it. Okay, those who are done, if you need to take a break, take a quick break and come back. I will extend this session, okay, because I want to complete trigonometry and triangles in the common session. After the common session, there is a few doubts in statistics formulae. Those who are fine with statistics formulae, I'm not compelling you because you might want to do your self preparation. Okay, but who want statistics formulae and concepts recap, you can stay back for that. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do for the remaining time. But I will extend this session because I don't want to leave everything to tomorrow now. So trigonometry and triangles minimum, we will do similar discussion now. All right. And then after that, statistics formula discussion I'm going to do. Those who are finished with the question, you want to take a break, take a quick 5 minutes break and come back. All right. Okay. Over here, fourth vertex D of a parallelogram whose three vertices are A, B and C. So you're having A, B, C. Okay. I'm doing it like a long answer question since it is an important question, repeated question and not very difficult. Okay. I want doing it, but not necessary for 1 mark that you do all these steps. So minus 2, 3, this is 6, 7 and then C is 8, 3. You have to find this missing point. All right. Now, the thing is that if this is a parallelogram, whatever is the midpoint of AC will be equal to midpoint of BD. So what is midpoint of AC? Midpoint of AC will be 8 minus 2 divided by 2, 3 plus 3 divided by 2. 8 minus 2 is 6, 6 by 2, 3. Okay, and then this will be 6 by 2, which is again 3. So you're going to get 3 comma 3. Now we know that this will be the midpoint of BD as well. Mention that reason when you're writing it as a long answer question. Mention that diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Hence, midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD. So you will then get x plus 6 divided by 2 should be equal to what? That should also be equal to 3. This x plus 6 divided by 2 must be equal to 3. So you're going to get x is equal to 6 minus 6, which is 0. All right. The moment you get x equals 0, you know it should be one of these options. But still we have to check y. So y plus 7. Y plus 7 divided by 2 is equal to what? 3. Which means that y is equal to 6 minus 7. Okay. Which is minus 1. So answer will be option B. This is going to be the correct answer. Following? Okay. All right. You can take a break. I will just keep the trigonometry things ready by then. All right. Trigonometry, I will be discussing the formulae concepts. We'll be doing a recap. Plus, we will do similar question answer solving. We will do. Right? Okay. Okay, we'll continue. Just a moment. Okay, let's continue, everyone. Okay, we will do questions based on trigonometry now. Everyone's there? Back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So over here, this is the basic. Okay. This, I hope all of you know this, memorized by now. There's no confusion in this. All right. So if you already know the definitions, it's not necessary. Soka Tova, that term is just to help you in order to remember. But if you already know sine is opposite by hypotenuse, you already know cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, you already know that tan is opposite by adjacent, then you don't need this. Alright? It is just to help you remember in case you find it difficult to remember. Alright? That what is sine, what is cos, what is tan, if you find that difficult to remember. Alright? And if you are looking at cosec, cosec is reciprocal of what? Cosec is reciprocal of sine, right? Sec is reciprocal of cos and cot is reciprocal of tan. Those of you who still get confused about this, by some chance, you can remember it like sec, cosec, cot. These sine, cos, tan are the three main ratios you should know. What are the other three ratios? Other three ratios are sec, cosec, cot. Check the third letter. You check what is the third letter. Okay. The third letter over here is C. C is for cos. So cos is reciprocal of sec. Third letter here is S. S is for what? Sine. So sine is reciprocal of cosec. What is the third letter here? T. T is for tan. So cot is reciprocal of tan. Okay. And any reciprocals when you multiply, answer will be 1. Any reciprocals when you multiply. Alright. So sine into cosec will be 1. Sec into cos will be 1. Tan into cot will be 1. Provided angle is the same. You can't just take cos of some angle and sec of another angle and then tell product is 1. No. It should be the same angle measurement. Okay. Alright, we'll directly go into questions based on this. Alright, I think that's it, concept. Let's do the questions based on this directly. Answer quickly. It's taking longer than expected. Answers coming in. Okay, now answers are coming in. Fatima, Aisha, good. Yes, Mariam. Kiza, good. Okay. So here what we have? We have in this case, which is the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always the one which is opposite the right angle. opposite the right angle, this will be hypotenuse. The side which is forming the angle, the other side which is forming the angle theta, that will be adjacent. Remaining side will be opposite. Okay, so you label like this. Then you know tan is what? Tan is opposite by adjacent, TOA. So it will be opposite by adjacent means 8 by 15. So answer cannot be this. This cannot be the answer. Cosec is reciprocal of sine. It's hypotenuse by opposite. So it should be what? It should be 17 by 8. How do you know it is 17 the value? If you know Pythagorean triplets, again for this chapter also Pythagorean triplets you know need. If you remember 8, 15 and 17 is a Pythagorean triplet, you don't have to spend time calculating. Okay? So you can just directly get the measurement of the hypotenuse as 17. And then you will get option A as the answer. So if you are writing a list of Pythagorean triplets to study, you can include this also. 8, 15 and 17. 8 square plus 15 square will be 17 square. Okay? Alright. This question. Fatima, right? Nabiha, Krish, Anushri, good, correct. What's the answer? All three are true? You are telling me all three are true. Is it?
The third one is confusing, but
Other two are correct. Okay. You're telling me third one is confusing. Tan A is the product of tan and A. Is that correct? Tan is not a number. Tan is not an algebraic expression or tan is not a number. Okay. You should not multiply tan and A. Tan A is not the product of tan and A. Tan is an operation which you're doing to A. It means you're finding for that angle what is the opposite side by adjacent side. So tan A is product of tan and A is definitely false. Okay, this is definitely false. This is not true.
there's no option that's like 1 and 2 correct.
But is one correct? How can 1 and 2 both be correct at the same time?
And 1 can be correct.
Why? You're telling me 1 and 2 is correct. 2, what is the statement for 2? Value of sin A or cos A is always less than or equal to 1. What is 15 by 8 value? Sin A equals 15 by 8. What is 15 by 8? What is sine? Sine is opposite by hypotenuse, no? Sine is opposite by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always the largest side in a triangle, right? Correct? Opposite side has to be less than hypotenuse. That means numerator must be smaller than the denominator. Correct? You must only get a proper fraction. Maximum. For sine 90, you will get 1. Sine 90 value is 1. By default, we are defining it that way. But in any other triangle, we know that opposite side must be less than hypotenuse. That means sine must be a proper fraction, correct? In proper fraction, now you tell me, how can numerator be greater than denominator? How can 15 by 8 means opposite side is bigger than hypotenuse, no? Is that possible?
I thought it was talking about the degrees.
No. A is the degrees. Degrees means what? This is not degrees. Whatever answer you get for sine is not degrees. The angle is degrees. A will be in degrees. The answer is not degrees. The answer is opposite by hypotenuse. So this is false. This is false. It's not correct. The option A. Because opposite side must be less than hypotenuse. Here you are getting 15 by 8. That means opposite side is becoming greater than hypotenuse. How is that possible? Not possible.
How is that? No, like it can be a root of a number. That's what I'm at. Like 15 can be something and 8 can be something, but like using hypotenuse, like that side will be a root of a number. That's possible. Right?
The ratio, what this means is opposite side is 15x and hypotenuse is 8x. This is a ratio. Is 8x bigger or 15x bigger? This is a ratio. Shiv, this is a ratio of 15 by 8. Is 15x bigger or 8x bigger? 15x is bigger, no? But is that possible? Can another side in the triangle be bigger than hypotenuse? No. That means this is false. The true statement is option 2. Okay? Second one is correct. Always please remember this is the property. The value of sin A or cos A always must be less than or equal to 1. So what's the correct answer? As most of you answered, correct answer must be option B. Only 2. Okay? Following everybody? Is this fine? Okay. Let's continue. Try this one. Okay. So I can see that many of you have sent the right answer. Good. Sin x is equal to 1 by 3 means cot square x values. You can find out. Which method are you following? I'm just interested in knowing which method everyone did for this question. Use Pythagoras thing. Use the triangle method. Okay. So, okay. Figure is what most of you have done. Yes, that's correct. It'll work over here. Another way was also using the identity. Both ways would work. Identity, if you are strong with identities, it will work. Alright? Because if sin x is equal to 1 by 3, cosec x will be equal to 3. And we know cot square x will be what? Cot square x will be cosec square x minus 1. Cosec square x minus 1 means 9 minus 1, 8. Right? If you are good with identities, trigonometric identities, you will know that cot square x is cosec square x minus 1. Sin x is 1 by 3 means cosec x is 3. 3 square is 9. 9 minus 1, 8. Directly you get the answer. But if you are not very strong with the identity, then as most of you have done, you can draw the figure. Alright, so you will get opposite as if this is x, opposite is 1, hypotenuse is 3. Cot will means that you need adjacent. So adjacent means it will be root of 9 minus 1, which is root of 8. So when you're doing over here cot value, we know cot square x will be adjacent by opposite square. That means root 8 by 1 square, which will be 8. So both methods are okay. Alright. Only thing is, if you're doing it using identity, you can actually answer the full question in your mind. Those of you are good with that. If you're doing good with calculations in your mind, you don't even have to write any steps.
My discussion also I did.
Yeah. Okay. That means you are visualizing it and doing. No problem. Okay. This one. Annette, yes, answer is correct. Good. Fatima, correct. Anushri, correct. Good. I've not got any answers after that. Okay, easiest way to do this question. Alright, there are many ways. Some of you might be drawing triangle. You might be putting tan theta is equal to 3 by 4. Then you might be finding sin theta value, cos theta value from the triangle, finding the answer. But all that will become long. Alright, it is possible to do it that way. You can say tan theta is 3 by 4. You can find value of sin theta, cos theta and solve it. No problem. The shortest way which you can do is, if I am finding the value of 4 sin theta minus cos theta divided by 4 sin theta plus cos theta, if you divide numerator and denominator of a fraction by same value, it doesn't change the value. If you divide numerator and denominator of a fraction by same value, it doesn't change the value. Okay. So over here, I could say I could divide this full thing by cos theta. Okay. If I do this, this will become 4 tan theta. 4 tan theta minus 1 by 4 tan theta plus 1. I will get 4 tan theta minus 1 by 4 tan theta plus 1. I already know 4 tan theta is 3. So I'll do 3 minus 1 by 3 plus 1, which is 2 by 4 or half. So if you divide both numerator and denominator by cos theta, you will get this expression, you will get the answer. Some of you may not think of this dividing by cos theta. So another short way is 4 tan theta equals 3 means that 4 sin theta by cos theta is equal to 3. That means 4 sin theta is equal to 3 cos theta. Right? So you can substitute 4 sine theta is equal to 3 cos theta. When you substitute 4 sine theta equals 3 cos theta, you will get 3 cos theta minus cos theta by 3 cos theta plus cos theta, which is 2 cos theta divided by 4 cos theta. Again, you get the same answer, half. Okay, so both these ways are considerably shorter rather than finding the values of sine theta, cos theta separately and doing it. Is everyone following, or is there any concerns, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This one. This is easy. I'll skip this. Okay. Root 3 by 2 cos theta, which means sec theta, you know, is 2 by root 3. So you can directly do this. All right. Okay. There's a doubt in the previous question. Why did I take cos to divide? See, the reason I chose cos to divide is because I know the value of 4 tan theta. The value of 4 tan theta is known to me. So the reason I chose cos theta to divide is I understood if I divide sine by cos, I will get tan. I will get the expression 4 tan theta for which I already have the value. So because of that thinking, I divided the numerator and denominator by cos theta. Another advantage is this cos theta by cos theta will become 1. This cos theta by cos theta will become 1. Is that okay, Ryan? Or is there any doubt still? Okay. Alright, this I'm skipping because it's considerably easy. Let's do this. There are two ways to do this. One is you use identity, sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. And you get cos theta as root of 1 minus sine square theta. But my recommendation, the easier method is the triangle method. Okay, the Pythagoras theorem. That is the easier method whenever you want to find a missing ratio from a ratio. Unless by chance they specify in the question, use identities to do. By chance, if they mention, then yes, we might have to use the identities to modify. But otherwise, easiest way to do over here is the triangle method. Okay, try getting the answer. Okay, yeah, now correct answers are coming in. Yes, Nabiha, Krish, good. Okay, some of you might be able to reason this out in your mind only without having to draw the figures. Good, if you're able to do that. Otherwise, you draw the figure. You're having theta over here. Opposite is A, hypotenuse is B. So adjacent will be root of B square minus A square, which means that cos theta would be adjacent by hypotenuse. That is root of B square minus A square divided by B. Another way you could have answered, since this is an MCQ, you could have directly eliminated between options. You know that this A by B means it is opposite by hypotenuse. That means hypotenuse should have been B, right? Correct? All these options are having B in the numerator. This is having root of B square minus A square in the denominator. This is the only option which has B in the denominator. So since it's an MCQ question, you could have reasoned it out that way also. Okay? All right. So this set of questions based on simple definition of ratios is over. I will now go to the other set. Okay. 1 second. So next we have the values of common ratios we have left. We also have the trigonometric identities based questions. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so when you're finding the value of trigonometric ratios of specific angles, okay, the derivation, in case geometrical derivation is asked for the angles, for the trigonometric ratios, if you're considering if you're considering any value of 45 degrees, they ask you prove that sine 45 is equal to 1 by root 2, prove that tan 45 is equal to 1. Geometrically, if they ask you to prove this, then you can use an isosceles triangle where the sides over here are 45 degrees. Angles are 45 degrees, sides are 1. Okay, where the sides are 1, which means hypotenuse will be how much? Hypotenuse would be root 2 by Pythagoras theorem. If you consider an isosceles triangle where you have 1 and 1, the hypotenuse will be root 2. So from this you can find out everything. You can find out all values over here from this triangle. You can find out the sine value, cos value, tan value, everything you can find out over here just by using this triangle. If you are using if you're trying to geometrically find out values of 60 degrees or 30 degrees, you are basically using an equilateral triangle and then you're dividing it into two. An equilateral triangle you're dividing into two by constructing an altitude over here. When you do that, then the equilateral triangle side is 2. If you consider an equilateral triangle of side 2, this total side was 2. It's an equilateral triangle, no? So half of that will become 1. And what will be the length of the altitude? The length of the altitude will become root of 2 square minus 1. Root of 4 minus 1 will become the length of the altitude. Following? Okay. Now again, from this triangle, everything you can find out. You can find out all sine value, cos value, tan value, everything you can find out. Okay. So I'll just give some time. Some of you might be very good at it. For those who are not good, I'm just giving some time to just revise this. Okay. Fill in the table and try to remember all the values. Try doing this. I have not put cosec, sec and cot because you know that those are just reciprocals of these values. These are the important values. Okay. This is good for application of trigonometry chapter also. No need to type in chat. You do it by yourself. When I'm discussing, do self-correction. Those of you who still struggle with remembering the values, in case there are some of you in the class who still make mistakes with remembering the values, I have taught you one way to fill the table by doing some steps. Instead of that, okay, I would recommend that you learn the triangles. It might become easier for you if you can learn the triangles. Because see, I've already taught the other method many times, how to fill the table. If you still don't remember that, then better is maybe you try memorizing the triangle. So what will you use? For 45 degrees, you will use this triangle. 45, 45, you will use 1, 1, root 2. And in case you are using half of the equilateral triangle, so what you will use is equilateral triangle side is 2. Just a moment. You will use equilateral triangle side is 2. This is half of the equilateral triangle side, which will be 1. This will be 60. This is half of 60, 30. So by using Pythagoras, root of 2 square minus 1 square, this will be root 3. Okay. This is something you can do, just a suggestion. You don't have to use it. Yes, I'm just talking about, because see, I know by I'm teaching, there are different types of students. Some of you are very good at memorizing the values. Some of you always get mixed up between values. So I'm just giving another tip which may help. All right. If your best thing is to memorize, put this table ready in your paper so that you don't have any problem. Okay. So what do? These values you memorize. Sine 0, 0. Sine 90, 1. Cos of 0 will be 1. Cos of 90 will be 0. Ulta. reversed. Tan is sine divided by cos. Tan is sine divided by cos. 0 divided by 1, 0. 1 divided by 0, division by 0, not allowed. So this is not defined. Okay? Aisha, I saw your table. All values are correct. Good. So in case you're looking at 30 degrees, 30 degrees will look here. Opposite by hypotenuse, 1 by 2. Okay? Sine of 45, opposite by hypotenuse, 1 by root 2. Sine of 60. So over here, opposite of 60, root 3. Hypotenuse is 2. Root 3 by 2. In case you're finding cos values, what do? You just reverse everything. So reverse everything, root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2. Again, you could use these triangles if you're finding this easier. Okay? So root 3 by 2 means, okay, sine 30. Sine 30 means opposite by, cos. We are doing cos now. Cos 30 means adjacent by hypotenuse, root 3 by 2. So you understood how to use a triangle. Okay, in case somebody is planning to use a triangle. And tan value, what do? Just divide. You can again use a triangle for tan, opposite by adjacent, or you can just do sine divided by cos. Both ways will work. So you will get 1 by root 3, 1 root 3. Okay, so all of you can check what values you've written. If you are still making mistakes 2 days before the board exam, please learn this properly. All right? Okay, let's solve questions based on this. Quickly. Less than 1 minute for each question.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in a concept. Reflection of a point in either the x-axis or y-axis. I often get confused in that manner.
Okay. I'll explain. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Answers have started coming in. We'll discuss. So you're having a right angle triangle at Q. Immediately mark Q over here at the 90 degrees. All right. Oh, couple of wrong answers also now. So listen to the explanation properly. You're having right angled at Q. Okay. So you're having PQR. Here QR is equal to 5. Angle PRQ is equal to 60 degrees. Determine the length side of length PR. Determine the side. No, that's length of side. Question is wrong. Length of side PR. Okay. You need to find out this. So what is given to us? Given to us is adjacent side. What is missing? Missing is hypotenuse. So to find hypotenuse when adjacent side is given, which ratio we will use? We will use cos. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So cos 60 is adjacent by hypotenuse. Cos 60 is half. Half is equal to 5 by h. Of course, h should be what? H should be 10 then. Okay? Couple of wrong answers in chat. Those of you who have made mistake, please check where you made the mistake. Okay, most of you have got it correct. Okay. We'll continue. Yes, Kizar. Answer is 10. Okay, next one. Anushri, correct? This is a 5-second question. There is a way to answer it very, very quickly. Okay? This shadow and pole question. I'll explain. Let me wait for answers. Saad, correct? Nabiha, right? Okay. I'll tell the shorter way, okay? In all these pole and shadow questions, there are three possibilities, okay? Pole, shadow, all right? Or it could be pole, shadow. Or you could have pole, shadow like this. What is the difference between all these figures? Here, pole length is more than shadow length. If pole length is more than shadow length, this is a big angle. Answer should be 60. If pole length is smaller than shadow length, angle is smaller. It should be 30 degrees. If pole length is equal to shadow length, this should be 45. If there's no shadow, yes, sun is right on top. So 90 degrees, right? Okay. So over here, answer will be A. The reason this works is because you know in exam, they will only ask you these angles. In case it was a real world scenario, real life scenario where you could have angles like 55 degrees, 43 degrees, 87 degrees, that time this won't work, of course, because there are so many possibilities. Here we know answer has to be one of these options, no? So only these cases will be there. Pole is bigger than shadow 60, pole is smaller than shadow 30, pole is equal to shadow 45. 2 root 3 is what? 2 into 1.7 something. That is smaller than 6. Root 3 value is 1.73. Right? So pole is bigger than shadow. Krish, over here, pole is like this. Okay. So pole is 6 meters high. Shadow is 2 root 3 meters high. So over here, opposite by adjacent. Right? We know 6 by 2 root 3. We are getting as 3 by root 3, which is root 3. That means tan of the angle opposite by adjacent, we are getting as root 3. So the angle must be 60 degrees because tan 60 is root 3. This is the way you should write if it is a long answer question, if it's a 2-mark question. You must explain opposite by adjacent. But since it's a 1-mark question here, I just did it in a quick way where in case opposite side, okay, is bigger than adjacent side, that means pole is bigger than shadow. If opposite side is bigger than adjacent side, this must be an angle which is greater than 45. It must be 60 degrees logically. Here, if the pole opposite side is smaller than the adjacent side, logically this should be 30 degrees, smaller than 45. Opposite and adjacent equal. That means tan theta is 1. Opposite adjacent equal. Pole is equal to shadow. Angle will be 45. Hope you understood, Krish?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Value question. I've not got much answers. Everyone's taking time for calculations? This is a question where you should substitute and you should do. There's nothing else to do over here, right? If there was an identity which could have been used somewhere, we could have done that to shorten this. But here, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, now answers are coming in. Option C, yes. So 2 into 1 by 2 raised to 4. Sine 30 to the power 4. Cos 60 to the power 4 means again 1 by 2 to the power 4. Okay, minus tan square 60. That means root 3 square. Cot square 45. 1 square. Plus 3 cosec square 60. That means 3 into 2 by root 3, the whole square. So this would be 2 into half. Okay, this would be 2 times half raised to 4. 1 by 2 raised to 4 plus 1 by 2 raised to 4 is 2 times half raised to 4. Minus root 3 square is 3 plus 1 plus 3 into 4 by 3. 2 by root 3 square will become 4 by 3. Okay, so it will become just 4. So here you are going to get 2 into 2 into 1 by 16. Okay, minus 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 4. This will cancel. 4 by 16. Okay, this will be just 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is the answer. Okay. Next one. This is the type of question Prashasti was asking yesterday. When I get such type of question as MCQ, what do we do? I already explained what you should do yesterday when you get such type of question as MCQ. Sorry everyone, I had to attend that phone call urgently. Okay, looking at the answers. 2, huh? See, one way of doing it is by proving it. Okay, C2 is the correct answer. Good. All of you have answered C. One way of doing it is actually proving it. But I already mentioned to you a method where you can do it without proving it. What is that method I had suggested yesterday? Without proving. If you're good at proving, no problem. Prove it, you'll actually simplify it and get the answer. No issues. But if you're not good at simplifying, then what you should do? What you should do then? Substitute a value. Substitute what value would you substitute here? If you're substituting a value like 45, okay, so all values would be defined, right? All values over here would be defined for 45 degrees. There's no problem. If you substitute 0 or 90 degrees, there is a likelihood that one of these values are not defined. So the best value to substitute would be 45 degrees over here. You can substitute 30 and 60 also, but 45-degree values will be easier. So you will get what? You will get 1 plus tan 45 is 1. Sec 45 is 1 by root 2 into 1 plus 1 minus 1 by, sorry, sec theta value is not 1 by root 2, sorry. It is root 2. And here you will get root 2. So you're going to get 2 plus root 2 into 2 minus root 2. What is 2 plus root 2 into 2 minus root 2?
2 square minus root 2 square.
Yes. What is 2 square minus root 2 square? 4 minus 2, which is 2. Okay. So what will be the answer? Option C. Alright. Understanding everyone how to do it without proving it. You can just substitute values and get the answer. Alright. Next one. I'm getting some mixed answers over here for this. I've got all options actually. A, B, C, D. Everything has come as answers. Okay, what's the logic we'll apply here? Simple way to do this is, if sine theta minus cos theta is equal to 0, that means sine theta is equal to cos theta. For which value of angle is sine theta equal to cos theta? For which angle value? For theta equals 45 degrees. When theta is 45 degrees, sine theta is equal to cos theta. Alright? So you just had to find out what? Sine 45, which is 1 by root 2 raised to 4 plus 1 by root 2 raised to 4. So you can do 2 into 1 by root 2 raised to 4, or you can just add them both separately, no problem. 1 by root 2 raised to 4. What is root 2 raised to 4? 4. Root 2 into root 2 into root 2 into root 2 will be 4. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, 2 by 4, which is 1 by 2. Answer is option C. Those of you who made mistakes, please check. So I think only who answered this correct? Only Saad answered it correct. And Oya Shiva answered correct. What about you? Calculation error? Some of you might have done 1 by root 2 raised to 4. You might have answered as 1 by 16 by mistake. Then you will make errors over here. Okay? So be careful. This one?
Is it 3.5?
The value of 4 minus sine square 45 by cot k into tan 60 is 3.5. What is the value of k?
And is it 62?
60, huh? Okay, let me check. I'm just waiting for more answers, huh? Because the answers I've got in chat are less. Okay. So 4 minus 1 by root 2 the whole square, cot k into root 3 is equal to 3.5. Alright. Now, when I'm rearranging, I will get 4 minus half is equal to 3.5 is what? It's better to convert it into a fraction when you have it in decimal. So you could convert it into 7 by 2. 3.5 is half of 7 into cot k into root 3. Okay. So 4 minus half is how much? Oh, you're getting the same value. So it did not matter. 4 minus half is 3.5. So it's cancelling anyway. So it did not really matter. You get 3.5 is equal to 3.5 cot k root 3. This cancels. Cot k is equal to 1 by root 3. Cot of what angle is 1 by root 3? Cot of 60 degrees is 1 by root 3. After doing all this work, just because you forgot the value or you're getting mixed up, don't make mistake. Alright? So cot k is equal to 1 by root 3 means that this will be 60. Okay, try doing this. Yeah, I'll zoom. This is a common type of question. Okay, it comes as 2 marks question also. It's very easy to score. Over here, what you should do? Sine of what angle is half? Sine of 30 is half. It means that this A minus B must be 30 degrees. Right? And over here, we know A cos of what is half?
60.
Cos of 60 is half. That means A plus B must be equal to 60. Now, when you're finding out the values, you can check in the options only. A minus B, A is greater than B. So check where the difference is 30, where the sum is 60. It will be option A. 45 minus 15 is 30, 45 plus 15 is 60. So that's the answer. Alright? What is left in trigonometry? Only identities now, no? So we'll do identities based questions. That will be end of trigonometry then. Of course, proving questions, if anybody is having doubts in bigger questions, any question specific doubts, if you have, now would be the time to ask when I'm discussing the identities. Okay? Just check if you already have any questions to ask for identities proving. Yesterday, there were some of you who were telling me that you have some doubts. If you have those questions with you, you can keep them ready now. You want me to zoom it? One moment. Okay, so we will see some 1 mark questions based on identities, but these could be modified as long answer questions also. You finished with this? Sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. Sec square theta minus tan square theta equals 1, which means sec square theta is 1 plus tan square theta. Cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1, which means cosec square theta is 1 plus cot square theta. right? These are the identities which you have to learn, and for sure questions will come based on this. You will have one proving question at least which can be expected. All right. So over here, and plus along with the MCQs, I meant. In other sections, you can have at least one proving question. Okay. Try these. Cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. So sine and cos, sine square plus cos square is 1. Then sec square minus tan square is 1. Or you can remember it as 1 plus tan square is sec square. Cosec square minus cot square is 1. Or 1 plus cot square is cosec square. Okay. Finished? How do you do it? Identity only?
Can you use like degrees for adding?
You can do that here. But that is, if you can do it with identity, in some cases identities are faster. Because the answers are not numbers, you know. If the answers were numbers, values, then substituting values can be faster. But here answers are not numbers, answers are expressions, which means you'll have to substitute everywhere and check, no? So if you know identity, that is faster. In case you can't figure out at all, don't skip the question. You substitute a value for the angle and then see which option is matching, giving you the same value. So that is the second choice in this case. Okay. First choice over here is always better to use INDs. That will be the shorter way. Only in a situation where you don't know how to solve, you can put some value of angle, find the value of the question, check in which one the value matches. Right? Okay. Over here, what we will do is, if I'm having sine theta by 1 plus cos theta, okay, you rationalize or you multiply numerator and denominator by conjugate, okay, of the denominator. So you have into 1 minus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. All right, because you can see from the options you're getting a clue what you're supposed to do. So you're multiplying numerator and denominator with 1 minus cos theta. That time you will get sine theta. Don't open the brackets for the numerator. Denominator will be a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square 1 minus cos square theta. So I'm going to get sine theta into 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Right? What will happen now? Now 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta will cancel. So what's the answer? The answer would be, oh, what did I do? One moment. What did I do?
Ma'am, we should have
Sorry.
written.
What did I do? Sine square theta. I just wrote the previous step again. Okay. 1 minus cos square theta will be sine square theta. All right. So sine theta you will get cancelled. Then 1 minus cos theta by sine theta you will get. Right? Which is option C. Fine. This is important. This method, multiplying by conjugate. Multiplying numerator and denominator by conjugate. After that, use identity. Cancel out the common factor. You will get the answer. Okay. Next question. Annette, correct? Nabiha, right? So you need to find the value of this expression, basically. All right? The value of this expression is k. If you know identities, very easy. Simple to do this. You don't know identities because of the value of this expression is a constant. That means it doesn't depend on the value of the angle. Whatever is the value of the angle, it will be constant. You can substitute some angle. But that's not necessary here because it's very easy to do using identity. Alright. So what happens over here? You're getting 1 plus, you know that this 1 plus sine A into 1 minus sine A is 1 minus sine square A. Okay. So you're going to get 2 sec square A. What is 1 minus sine square A? Cos square A. Sec and cos are reciprocals of each other. Sec is reciprocal of cos. Cos is reciprocal of sec. So this value will be 1. So you're going to get 2 into 1, which is 2 only. Okay. Answer would be option C. There was no need to guess here. Could have done it. It's not very tough. Okay. This one, I think answer would be memorized for many of you guys. Do you know the answer without solving? Cos A plus cos square A is equal to 1. What is the value of sine square A plus sine A to the power 4? Those of you who have practiced this chapter well, you would know this answer without solving. Because it's a very common question. The answer should be 1. What's the logic? Here, cos A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Means that cos A is equal to 1 minus cos square A. So you're going to get cos A is equal to 1 minus cos square A is what? Sine square A. Okay? Cos A is equal to sine square A. Now, what is the, once you get cos A is equal to sine square A, what will be the value of sine square A plus sine A to the power 4? So, sine square A plus sine A to the power 4 will be same as cos A plus cos square A, right? I am repeating again. We got cos A plus cos square A is 1. That means cos A is 1 minus cos square A. Cos A is equal to sine square A. Okay. Next, we know that sine square A plus sine A to the power 4 is what we have to find out. We already got sine square A as cos A. So this sine square A is cos A. What is sine A to the power 4? It will be square of cos square A. So you're getting uh, square of cos A, I'm sorry, because cos A is equal to sine square A. So this will be cos square A. What is cos A plus cos square A already given in the question as? It is given as 1. Answer will be 1. This is a question which is also important as a 2-mark, 3-mark question. Alright? Okay. Okay. This one. What happened? I'm not getting answers here. It's not cannot be determined. Ck minus tan A is P. Okay. What will be Ck plus tan A value then? 1 by P. What is the reason? Because you know sec square A minus tan square A is 1, right? That means Ck plus tan A into Ck minus tan A is equal to 1. We know Ck minus tan A is P. So P into Ck plus tan A, okay, is equal to 1. That is the reason I got this. Ck plus tan A is equal to 1 by P. Ck plus tan A will be 1 by P now. This is the reason I got this. Now, when you solve these two like linear equations using elimination, when you add these two up, you will get 2 sec A is 1 by P plus P. That means sec A is half of 1 by P plus P. If you subtract both, you will get 2 tan A is equal to 1 by P minus P. So tan A is equal to half of 1 by P minus P. What's the answer? Which option? It is option A. Option A, right? Half of P plus 1 by P and tan A will be half of 1 by P minus P. Alright? This is the logic. This kind of question is quite important. Okay? Alright, what I will do now is I will just discuss some doubts which has been asked. Okay? So let me stop with this MCQ discussion now. I will discuss some doubts which has been asked from this same chapter. Hannah, how are you sharing me your doubts?
Yes, ma'am, I'll type it out just now.
Okay, which chapter doubts are they?
Ma'am, from polynomials, and the other one, I actually wanted to ask you if you could show us how to solve, how to find square roots of numbers which are non-perfect square numbers.
Okay. Anushri, you had also asked me a doubt earlier. I just recollected.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, let me do that first because you had asked that to me quite some time back. You were telling me how to find reflection of a point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, usually they will tell you reflection in x-axis or reflection in y-axis. Those type of questions, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a doubt in both of it.
Yeah. So if it is x-axis, that means x-axis is behaving as a mirror. Okay. You need to treat this like a mirror. When they tell you a point is reflected in x-axis. So suppose 2 comma minus 3 is reflected in x-axis. Just a moment. It will be from coordinate geometry. Okay. So suppose you are having a point 2 comma minus 3 which is reflected in x-axis. And they ask you what is the coordinate of the image. What is the image? This may come as a standalone question if it's an MCQ, or it may be part of a bigger coordinate geometry question. Okay. So if they ask you like this, what is happening? There is a point 2 comma minus 3. Okay. So 2 comma minus 3 somewhere over here. The reflection of this means, okay, same distance, whatever is the distance here from the x-axis to the point, same distance you must have from x-axis to here, this point. So what will be the reflection? When you are reflecting in x-axis, x coordinate will remain the same. And the y coordinate, minus y will change to plus y will change to minus y. So this minus 3 will change to plus 3. Following, Anushri?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes.
suppose I was reflecting this point 2 comma minus 3 in the y-axis. Y-axis is behaving as a mirror. Then what will happen? The y coordinate will remain the same. Okay. But this distance is going to get reflected over here. So the x coordinate sign will change. So the reflection in the y-axis will be -2, -3. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
And will they ask like both x and y?
Then they should provide both the options then in the answer.
I know, then it will be all three sides.
It's reflected in both x and y axis. No, it will be reflected in one point, then maybe followed by another reflection. That can be asked. First reflected in x axis, then reflected in y axis. Like that, it can be asked. That time you just need to follow the sequence and then answer. Okay. All right. There was one trigonometry doubt which was asked, proving question. Okay. I'll give time to everyone to solve that. Please note down this question. Sec theta plus tan theta minus 1 by tan theta minus sec theta plus 1 equals cos theta by 1 minus sin theta. Prove this. This is the question. Okay. Write the question down, please. Okay. Hannah, you know how to solve this question? This proving question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then I will discuss the square root, finding square root with you while everyone is proving this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So any specific number, or I'll just take a random number?
No, I'm just random. Ma'am, but can you do it for like 5 digits or something so that's easy?
All right. We'll try finding square root of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so what I need to do is from the decimal point, I need to start pairing up numbers. Okay, so from decimal point, you pair up 2 digits. So I'll pair up 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 1, 6, 7, like that. Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, what I do is I focus on this first part, the first digit here, 3. I need to think which square number is less than 3. Which perfect square is less than 3?
1.
Yes, 1 is the first perfect square which is less than 3. So that's the first step. You identify which perfect square is less than whatever you have paired up first. All right.
Yes.
So over here you're going to get, you're going to put here 1. Whatever you put here, same thing should come here on top. Now what is 1 multiplied by 1? 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Subtract this from whatever you have paired here first. So 3 minus 1 will be 2. Okay. Now you bring down the next pair together, 54. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever digit you put here, keep the same here and add. So I have put 1 here. I will add 1 over here. Okay. Now I will leave space for 1 digit over here, Hannah. You leave space for 1
Yes,
digit
ma'am.
and put the sum over here, 2. Okay.
Yes.
Next, I need to think what digit to fill over here and here so that the product of 2 followed by that digit with that digit is a number less than 254. So suppose I try 28. Sorry. What do you mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Suppose I try 28 times 8. Okay. 8 times 8 we know is 64. 8 twos are 16. 16 plus 6 will give me 22. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want, you can also try 29 into 9 because you should choose the highest number. So 9 nines are 81. 9 twos are 18. 18 plus 8 will become 26. So this is not possible because this number became greater than 254. So I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
put 8 here, 8 here. I get 224. What is the difference here? 30. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now what we do next is we bring down 32 together. All right. Also at the same time, I should add 8 over here. All right.
Okay.
So when I whatever digit I put here, I add that here. Leave space for one digit. So you get 8 plus 8, 16. 2 plus 1, 3. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next step. I will put a digit here, multiply with that so that the product is less than 3032. Alright?
Yes, ma'am.
So suppose I'm putting 3, 6. Let's try 3, right? So 8, let's try. No, 8 will 24. 9 will be 27. Let's try 9 only. 3, 6, 9, 9. 9 nines are 81. 9 6 are 54. 54 plus 8. 54 plus 8 will be 62. Okay. 9 threes are 27. 27 plus 6 will become 33, which is bigger. So this is rejected. I will do 368 into 8. 64. Then 8 6 are 48. 48 plus 6. You're going to get 54. 24 plus 5, 29. Okay, so this is what we choose here. Following?
Yes.
2944. Now you subtract here. So 2, 8. Then I'm getting this will become 29. Okay, 12 minus 4, 8. We bring down 16.
Yes, ma'am. And then we put the
Now
decimal.
you tell me. Now you tell me the steps.
Ma'am, we add 8 to that
Yes.
number.
Then?
We leave a blank
Yes.
and we add the number.
Okay. Then I need to put a
Now
decimal
we,
point here. Huh? Over here.
yes,
Okay.
we find a digit to place in the blank, which when multiplied with the same digit gives us the nearest possible difference.
Yes. So what do we get? 2. Let's try 2 because 3 won't work. It will become 9, which is greater. So let's try 2 over here. Okay. So you get 4, 12, 2 sevens are 14, 15, 2 threes are 6, 7. Now we subtract here. Get 2, 9, 2, 1. Right? And I bring down 7. Alright?
Yes, ma'am.
What do we do then? Of course, see guys, those who are listening to this, don't get worried, okay? The numbers won't be so difficult. Hannah just wanted practice for this square root. That's all. That's why we chose a bigger number. Alright?
Ask a question to roots.
Cone, surface areas and volumes. If you want to find slant height, root of r square plus h square. What if it is not a perfect square? You need to know the method to find the square root, no? If you don't know how to do this, I would have told you to guess based on, suppose you have root of 224. Okay, and you don't know this method. You will guess something like 14.9 because 15 square is 225. Understanding? Okay, fine. So what do we do over here? What do we do here now, Hannah, next? We add
We
2.
add 2.
Yes. Alright. So what number could we put in now? Maybe 4, but 4 might not work because 4 into 7, 28. I will get 14. So it will be 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You can stop there.
Oh, okay. Ma'am, can you repeat this thing but only with like 3, 5, 4, 3, 2?
Full thing with 3, 5, 4, 3, 2?
No, ma'am, just a minute.
Huh. Let me check in my calculator. I'll check in my calculator. Square root of 3, 5, 4, 3, 2. Has anyone finished the proving question? Yeah, the answer is correct. It was 188.2343.
Ma'am, can you show the square root of 896?
896. Those are the kind of questions which are more likely to come. Okay?
Yes.
Only 896. This was just for explaining the method that we took this. So square root of 896. You tell me so that I can see how much you have followed and where you're making mistakes. Tell me, what do we do first?
draw a line over the last two digits and then upon 8.
Yes.
Now we find a
And we
digit.
also put 0, 0 because normally you need to find the answer to 2 decimal places. So put
Yes,
0,
ma'am.
0, 0, 0.
Okay.
Then
Now we place 2 over there and then subtract
2. Yes,
4
because
from 8.
4 is the square which is less than 8. So 2 into 2, 4. You get 4. 96. Here you add 2. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Then
Um, 43.
40. You meant 2 over here?
No, a two-digit number. 4 and then a two-digit number.
No, not a 2 digit. You only put 1 digit. You should only insert 1 digit. Yeah, what will you put? 9,
Ma'am,
no?
yeah.
9. 36 plus 8. 36 plus 8 is 9 you can put.
Yes, 9,
Okay?
49, 99.
Yeah. So 9 fours are 36. 36 plus 8, 44. Yes. So 5. Oh, how come the remainder is becoming greater than 49? One moment. 2 square, 3 square I would not put. 2 square I'm getting 4. 8 minus 4, 4. 2 plus 2, 4. Huh?
You can't put 410.
No, you can't.
That's why it's 49 maximum.
Maximum 9, yeah. 96. I'm just checking the calculations. 81, 9
Ma'am,
fours
I
are
have
36.
a doubt. How do you group it? Do you group it from the left-hand
From the
side or the
decimal
right?
point. From the decimal point. So to the left side from the decimal point, to the right side also from the decimal point. Guys, just give me a minute, please. I'm getting a call.
Yes.
Okay. So what do we do here? 49 plus 9. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we get 9 plus 9, 18, 58. Okay. Now we bring 0, 0. What can we put here?
Decimal. Ma'am, decimal?
Decimal, yes.
Ma'am, will 589 work?
89, 9 5 is 40, that will work. So 9, 9, 9 9s are 81, 9 8s are 72, 9 5s are 45, 45 plus 8, right? 53, right? It's
Yes, ma'am.
499, 891, 00. Okay. Alright, guys, most likely if you don't have any other doubts, I'll be stopping. For those others who are still online, okay? I know I told I'll complete triangles, but it doesn't look like we have time because we slowed down now. So I will be discussing this proving question and then I'll be stopping this online discussion unless you're having specific questions to ask us doubts. Okay? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So over here, yes, what we'll do here is I was multiplying here, right? I forgot what I was doing.
Ma'am, can't we
No, I
just
didn't add
stop it
9.
at one
Yeah,
decimal
yeah, yeah.
place?
No problem. Stop it. If it is becoming too much, no? Too much of work it is becoming. See, because you know that it cannot be 30. 30 square will
Yes,
be 900. Right?
yes, ma'am.
So 29.9 is fine. You can keep it like something like 29.95 also, no problem. Okay?
Okay.
But if the question, usually the teachers won't mark you wrong if you approximate root 896 as 30. Because it's so
Oh,
close to 900. You're understanding? It's very
yes,
close.
ma'am.
It's only 4 digits away. So the error is very small. So even if you round off to 30, it's fine. It all
Okay.
depends. You need to take a call depending on how much time is left for you to do calculations. It depends on your speed of doing the paper. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Let's discuss this question. Who all was struggling with this question? It's a textbook type question. Anyone finished? Shiv, you finished this? Zainab? Finished? Okay. Over here, this is a particular pattern type of question where you're having same terms getting repeated in numerator and denominator. Sec on top, sec below. Tan here, 1 here, 1 here. Right? In these pattern of questions, when you're having sec and tan coming together, the identity you must immediately think of using is sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. This is the identity you must immediately think of using. The logic in this type of question is replace one which comes either in numerator or denominator. Replace 1, the number 1, which comes in numerator or denominator with sec square theta minus tan square theta. Do that replacement. How do you decide where to replace? Whether to replace in the numerator or denominator? How do you make that decision? You make that decision by looking at the RHS. Look at the RHS, see where more terms are there. Are more terms there in the numerator or are more terms there in the denominator? Denominator has more terms, 2 terms it has. So since denominator has more terms, what I will do is, numerator I won't make any change. No change to numerator. But in denominator, what will I do? In denominator, I will change this 1 to sec square theta minus tan square theta. Okay? Once you do this, then what you are getting? Here in denominator, you're getting a square minus b square here. Use a plus b into a minus b. Put bracket for these first 2 terms. Make it like one expression. And for this sec square theta minus tan square theta, change it to sec theta minus tan theta into sec theta plus tan theta. Okay? Fine. All right. Now, think what common factor can you take out? What can you take as common factor out? All right. Suppose I am taking, so I'm doing this. Suppose I take sec theta minus tan theta as common factor. Here I'm having tan minus sec, not sec minus tan. But I'm taking sec theta minus tan theta as common factor. So what will be left? Sec theta minus tan theta into what number is tan minus sec? Minus 1. Sec theta minus tan theta into minus 1 is tan minus sec. Right? So I'll multiply this with minus 1. Sec theta minus tan theta into minus 1. And then I am going to get, the first part will be minus 1 for this one. And here what is left? Here what is left? Sec theta plus tan theta. Now look at numerator and denominator. What is common for numerator and denominator? Which expression is common for numerator and denominator? Minus 1 plus sec theta plus tan theta. This full thing, this full factor is common. It will cancel off. Okay? So your aim in this pattern of question is to use identity sec square theta minus tan square theta equals 1 or cosec square theta minus cos square theta is equal to 1. If in question you're having same pattern but the question had sine cos sign, you will change it to sec tan or you will change it to cosec and cot. How will you change it? Divide numerator and denominator by sine to change to cosec cot. Sine by sine is 1. 1 by sine is cosec. Cos by sine is cot. Okay? Or you can change it into sec tan question. How do you change it to sec tan? Divide by cos. All right. In case the question had sine cos originally, but here question had sec tan originally. So it's okay. You directly use the identity sec square theta minus tan square theta. Now, how do you convert this into this expression? Let's see. So you're having 1 by sec theta minus tan theta. Sec theta is 1 by cos theta. Tan theta is sine theta by cos theta. So you're going to get 1 by 1 minus sine theta by cos theta. Division by fraction is same as multiplication by reciprocal. So cos theta by 1 minus sine theta, which is RHS. Okay, it's a textbook question. Guys, this is a textbook question, textbook proving questions. You don't have any excuse not to learn. You have to study all textbook proving questions. No choice. It is a textbook question. There are 2 questions in exercise like this, and there are 2 solved questions also like this. Please practice all of those. Say everything uses the same logic. Okay? Aisha, is this clear? Any step which you did not understand, you want me to explain again?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, I told everybody that I will only take up doubt clearing now. Okay, because of the time. It's been quite a long session. You might want to take a break and then continue studying. Please finish most of your preparation today. Don't leave everything for the end moment tomorrow. We are having a session tomorrow also, but don't wait for me to discuss. You finish your studies and keep your doubts ready for tomorrow. Okay? Okay. I have few questions asked. All right. There's one question about optional exercise of polynomials chapter. Is it within our syllabus or not? I will actually open the exercise and show you. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, see over here. If you look at this first question, all right, verify that the numbers alongside the cubic polynomials below are their zeros. That part can come. Only that part. Verify that the numbers are zeros. Because verifying zeros, even if it's cubic polynomial, you know how to do. You can substitute these values and check whether the answer is becoming zero or not. But verify relationship between zeros and coefficients for cubic polynomial. That part is not there. That is deleted. Okay. Verifying whether they are zeros or not can come. That is part of the syllabus. Next one, out of syllabus. The second question. Because for that you need to know the relationship. Where they're talking about sum of zeros, sum of product of zeros for cubic polynomial. It's not in portions. Okay. Third one, if zeros of polynomials are a minus b, a and a plus b, find a and b. It can be done without the knowledge of the zeros relationship, but it becomes very long to do. Without that, without those formulas, it becomes very long. So I don't expect it to come. Okay. Fourth one, will use division algorithm. That is not there. It's deleted. And fifth one also division algorithm. Okay. So Hannah, I hope that I answered your question there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Only thing is this part. Don't assume the moment you see cubic polynomial in the exam, oh, this is deleted. I don't have to attempt. Understand what type of question it is. Are they asking you to just check whether something is a zero of that polynomial? That is not deleted portions. That can come. Okay. If they tell you that zeros are half, 1 and minus 2, form a cubic polynomial. That also can come. If they tell you, I'm repeating again, or let me take this question. Suppose they tell you you're having a cubic polynomial with zeros 2, 1 and 1. Form the cubic polynomial. That can come. Why? Because if 2 is a 0, x minus 2 is a factor. 1 is a 0, x minus 1 is a factor. 1 is a 0 again. That means x minus 1 is again a factor. The product of these three will be the cubic polynomial. You're understanding? So these type of questions can come, which is based on your knowledge of zeros and factors. Others all won't come. Okay. Another doubt which you asked was distance, speed, time questions from linear equations. Ones which are within the syllabus, no? Okay, I will just take a few questions of that sort. Others, if you're having any doubts, please keep them ready. I'll just pick few questions of this type.
Ma'am, are there chances that they will ask graph questions of linear equations in 5 mark?
No, that is deleted portions, no? Graphical representation.
Oh,
Please help me recollect.
Ma'am, it's still there.
Drawing the graph. No, drawing the graph is not deleted. Yes, drawing the graph is not deleted. But I feel that they have so many other important questions to ask. The chance of it coming is very, very rare. But I hope all of you remember the method to draw a linear equation. Right? You know how to draw a
yes,
line,
ma'am.
right? Given the points.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. But I just wanted to know if I had to spend a lot of time on that, those kind of questions.
Hannah, the
Thank you,
question
ma'am.
you asked is deleted portions, huh? Right now, the one which you said.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, okay. I just wanted to confirm.
Parabola questions can come. I was explaining yesterday also about parabola shape and all. That can come. Okay. Linear equations, word problems, there was a doubt. One moment. See this type of question. Okay. This can come, Hannah. You know this type of question, no?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
You know how to solve it also?
I'll have to practice it a little more.
By only reason why I would think whether the question paper setter may not give this is because in this there are steps which has 1 by x and 1 by y. So actually these are reducible type linear equations because you're having 1 by x and 1 by y, right, Hannah?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that has been mentioned as out of portions, the question paper setter may decide not to give it because you need to substitute 1 by x as a, 1 by y as b, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is the only reason why I would say that they may not give the question. But the concept behind the question is important in terms of time, speed, distance. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
This is another question which is similar to that. Okay. No, it's the same question. Sorry, it's just a continuation. I'll show you another question also. 1 minute. Sorry, this is taking time to load. 1 moment. I've opened so many files, my laptop has become a little slow. 1 minute. Tired, everyone? Too much maths, huh? Chalo, I'll leave you now, sir. Okay, we'll just clear these few doubts.
And can we also solve any step question for maybe tomorrow?
No problem. And this is another type question. You can see this, na? Point A and B are 90 kilometers apart.
Yes, ma'am. I can see.
Yeah. So over here, in this question also, this is definitely there, huh? Part of syllabus, because you get normal equations over here. All right, these kind of questions. That means same direction, opposite direction, find their speeds. This type of question
Yes,
is
ma'am. This
definitely
one
there.
is there.
Okay. All right.
Ma'am, for this, can you please explain how to form the equation once?
Okay, sure, sure. That's it. Because I'm just waiting for if anyone is asking questions so I can accordingly discuss. Over here in this type of question, okay. So suppose a car starts from A, another one from B, and they're going in same direction. So you're having A, B, they're going in same direction over here. That means that, and they're meeting somewhere, right? They meet somewhere at point C. That means the time taken to reach point C by both of them is the same. Correct? Time taken is
Yes,
9
ma'am.
hours. Both of them are reaching the sea in 9 hours. All right. Now, what is the logic that we will use over here? The logic we use here is the distance AC is the distance covered by car A. Distance BC is the distance covered by car B. We know that the difference between the distances is 90. This is the logic we use, right? You're having AC, BC. The difference between these distances must be this 90. Now, how do you find distance? Distance is equal to speed into time, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I'm assuming the time. Time for both of them is 9. That is equal. I'm assuming speed of car A to be x, speed of car B to be y. So I know 9x minus 9y must be 90. So I get one equation here. X minus y equals 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, suppose they are both going in opposite directions. I'm having A over here, B here. They're going in opposite directions. So, if they're going in opposite directions, again, the time taken to reach this point is the same. 9 by 7, 9 by 7 is given here. Okay, AC time, BC time is same. I'm assuming speed to be X and Y. Now, what is the distance covered by car A? AC. What is the distance covered by car B? BC. What is the equation we can form? The total distance here is 90. Right?
Yes.
AC plus
Yes, ma'am.
BC. So we get another equation here. Add, yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this was this type of question. Then solving, we can just solve like that. Okay. This is same question only. This is the solving. Okay. I'll just show another one. Two more type questions I'll show. Okay. Yeah, this one. Read the question. Are you able to see my pointer now, Aisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
will this not come under reducible types?
No, this will not come under reducible because I'm finally getting linear equations which can be solved normally. I'm not getting like something like x plus y or 1 by x, 1 by y. I'm not getting that way, no? I'm getting a
Okay.
normal linear equation. So this doesn't come. See, look at these two equations. These are equations which can be solved normally. So this doesn't come under reducible.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'm taking a case over here when speed was x, time is y, distance is xy. Okay. Now, there are two other cases over here. In case speed is increased, time is reduced. Still the distance is the same, but the distance is not given. This is a question where the distance is not given. If the distance was given, we will not use linear equations. We will use quadratic equations. You're understanding? The
Yes,
same
ma'am.
type of question can come in quadratic equations chapter. But in quadratic equations chapter, only one thing you have to find. Either speed or time plus distance would be given. So when distance is given, we use quadratic equations concept. But here
Yes, ma'am.
distance is not given. Both time and speed are unknown. Distance is not given. That time we will be using linear equations concept here.
Okay.
So here you're having these three cases. Speed is increased, speed is decreased. So I'm taking product in both cases. I'm equating it to xy. So you need to open the brackets here. When you open the brackets, xy will cancel on both sides. Here also you're opening the brackets, xy will cancel on both sides. So you're going to get these equations which you can solve.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask why you have taken it as 40 upon 60.
Because 40 minutes, but they're asking distance in kilometers. And look over here, speed is in kilometer per hour.
Oh,
So I have
okay.
to convert the minutes to hours.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, and then you can solve this. You can complete solving. Like see, you can see solving part, we are doing it by using normal elimination.
Yes.
That's why it's not deleted portions.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Another type of time speed distance question will be, this is the last type. A minute. This is the case where we are using quadratic equations, okay? Linear equation types is over. I'm just showing you the one which I told, quadratic equation type.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in quadratic equations, rate work kind of questions can come.
Yes, little rare, but it can come. It's not out of syllabus. Okay. Okay. So all these are 5-mark questions, guys, what we are doing now. Okay. These kind of questions, no, 5-mark type questions these are. You can surely expect a linear equation or quadratic equation word problem as a 5-mark question. All right. Only reason I did not discuss it in this discussion, what we are doing normally is, because if I start this, full class will go in few problems only. I won't be able to discuss more concepts, but you have to practice this at home. And if you have doubts, get it back. Okay. Yeah. So see over here, this is a question where the distance was given. Again, you're having two cases, but distance was given over here. That's why we will be using quadratic equations over here. Following?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're having distance. You have two kinds of speed over here, x and x plus 5. Time is given 360 by x or 360 by x plus 5. So over here you subtract. One time minus other time will be this 48 by 60.
Now it's 48 by 60, 4 by 6.
4 by 5 this is. 5, that is handwriting. Okay. Alright, so this is a quadratic equation type question which you can solve then. Right? This is another type. Aeroplane question, same thing. Find its usual speed. So again over here you can see distance is given. Because distance is given, I know I'll be using quadratic equations. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Another one doubt which is asked is about probability. I think, is that the last doubt or anything more?
Yes, ma'am. No,
Okay.
last.
Other students, all of you are silent. Everyone's tired now. Okay. Another one. Probability of, the question is, find the probability of getting extra Sunday in a leap year. Probability of getting extra Sunday in a leap year. Leap year, it is not 1/7. What's the probability of getting extra Sunday in a leap year? In a leap year, how many days are there? 366 days, which is equal to 52 weeks plus 2 days. 366 divided by 7, you will get remainder as 2. It is perfectly 52 weeks plus 2 days. Okay. Now, what's the probability of getting the extra Sunday? So, 52 Sundays, 52 weeks have 52 Sundays, right? What is the question's meaning is, what is the probability that in these extra 2 days, you can get a Sunday? Right? No. Yes. The 2 days can be, okay, it can be Sunday, Monday, right? Or Monday, Tuesday, or it can be Tuesday, Wednesday, or it can be Wednesday, Thursday, or it can be Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, I'm sorry. Just a moment, guys. They're not able to view the screen over here. 1 minute. I'll just come back to the screen. 1 moment. Let me just adjust this here. Yeah. Okay. So probability of getting extra Sunday in a leap year. So you know it is 52 days, weeks plus 2 days. So the 2 days could be Sunday, Monday. That's one possibility. Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. Or Saturday, Sunday. Correct? So there are 7 possibilities for the extra 2 days. So out of 7, what is the probability that a Sunday is there? 2. Which are the 2 possible options? Sunday, Monday and Saturday, Sunday. So answer will be 2 out of 7. If it was a normal year, only 1 extra day is there. So that time it will be 1/7. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, everybody. We'll stop here then. Okay? Those of you who have written the mocks, I will correct the papers and send it to you quickly. Today for sure. Okay?
Ma'am, can
I'll
you
send
share
the
the
detail.
mock?
Yeah.
Can you share the mock paper on the
You have not written
chat?
it?
No, ma'am, I haven't.
Okay. 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 Fine. Fine. Sure. No problem. Okay? I'll
Ma'am,
share
can you share
that.
it?
I'll do one thing. I'll just share that across along with the marking scheme.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
to everybody. I'll correct and send, but I will just share that across the marking scheme to everybody. Fine?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Bye-bye.
Have a
Thank you,
nice
ma'am.
day,
But
ma'am.
is
Thank you.
exercise 12.3 there in our syllabus?
12.3 is which chapter? Triangles?
Areas related to circles.
Areas? No, no, it's not there.